All right, everybody, welcome to BO Boys for Wednesday, May 13th. F it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it live in studio. I'm Clayton.
Yeah, I'm Pat. And Clayton, it's the middle of May, so you know what that means. The summer movie season is upon us, and it is time to preview it with the seasonal preview man himself, my travel partner, my favorite vacation partner I've ever had. From Exhibitor Relations Co., live from Hollywood, Jeff Bock. Welcome back to the BO Boys.
It's great to be here on Top Gun's 40th anniversary, as you guys know, re-released in theaters with Maverick today, sold out across the nation. I mean, what a world we're living in.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise, by design.
We got just today from the great Brett of the New Flesh podcast, our chief horror correspondent, but he did text us. There's buckets for this, right? Have you gotten a Maverick Top Gun anniversary popcorn bucket?
I haven't. You know, I was waiting. I heard there might be a Merkin available. I was waiting for that. Not sure if that's happening, so don't go out and try to get it. But there's a rumor that it's out there.
Yeah,
I'm wearing one.
Oh, you got the Merkin? Oh, yeah. It looks great. It looks great on you with the Top Gun shades. I mean, it's looking really good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's a little itchy.
Have these shades that you've been wearing, have they always been official Maverick shades? I didn't realize that this whole time you were honoring Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick, this whole time.
I was waiting for you to notice.
There we go. It took the 40th anniversary. So, Jeff, we're back from Vegas. I mean, we were talking about it before we got on the air. Still feeling that high. Still feeling like we're going to walk onto the trade show floor and just get inundated with candies and snacks and hot dogs and new POS systems and all kinds of goodies. Are you back to feeling level, or you still feel like you're in CinemaCon?
No, I'm still there. Yeah. Like you said, Pat, I wake up every day. I think I'm going to cross the street, cross the boulevard, go from the Flamingo where the cool people stay, go over the Caesar's Palace, and just get inundated with free T-shirts and popcorn and pizzazz. I mean, it really is. It's tough to live it down. And it's been over a month now, right? Yeah. And we're still riding on that CinemaCon high. And it's no coincidence that the box office right now is just booming, right? The last couple of weeks have just been fabulous compared to the same time last year. And part of that is because Pat finally showed up to CinemaCon. That is one of the major reasons.
Yeah, the buzz was in the air. Everyone knew I was there. I could only imagine what next summer would be like when coming out of CinemaCon, and both BO Boys will have been. Because, Clayton, you are committing. You are going next April to CinemaCon.
Yes, because now I have a full year to plan. Plot and plan.
Mm-hmm. And we know it's going to happen. And we know, we're talking about Legend of Zelda kicking off the summer. I mean, come on, you guys.
Come on.
Star Wars Starfighter. I mean, I don't want to blow it, but we're still talking about this summer. But Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, Shrek 5.
Wow.
Shrek 5
Superman
is a big
sequel.
one.
I mean, this is the best time to go to CinemaCon. Clayton, you are picking the best year, I think, honestly, since the pandemic.
Yeah. Is this right now coming out of Project Hail Mary into CinemaCon, into these last couple of weeks with Michael and Devil Wears Prada 2 and MK2 did pretty well. Is this the best vibe the movie industry has had since 2019? Or since at least Bad Boys for Life opening weekend in January of 2020? Is this the highest we've been since then?
I think it's the most consistent. And because of that, you're right, because Michael just keeps holding, because Project Hail Mary keeps holding, because Sheep Detective somehow opened decently, and it probably will play throughout this month. And Devil Wears Prada 2, way bigger than expected and holding on more. All of these things point to, yes, guess what? Movies are back, baby. And it is no coincidence that obviously people really like these movies, and Hollywood finally has enough of them in theaters at one time. And that's what I think all of us have been talking about, is that there just needs to be more consistency in theaters from week to week. And that's what we're finally getting.
Now, there's been a lot of talk, and I know we weren't able to get together before this movie came out, but Devil Wears Prada 2 is being looked at as the kickoff to the summer season. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that this is one of the first in forever, or maybe, well, a long time or forever, to be a female-focused kickoff to the summer season. What can Hollywood learn from this? I mean, because they've always been starting with these action movies, if it's a Marvel movie, or if it's Fall Guy, or if it's a Fast and Furious movie, which La Familia has many different genders in it.
Right, they had Ronda Rousey.
Right, they had Ronda Rousey, who's very popular with women, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But this one is really, really for the moms and the daughters and the girl groups to go out and see this movie.
Yeah, I think that Fox, 20th Century Fox, 20th Century now Disney, it took them a while. It took Disney a while to mine that content from Fox once they bought the studio, deciding which films should be remade. Obviously, X-Men and Avatar were obviously going to go right out in front, but the fact that they found this one and the legacy has obviously lived up to the hype. It's no coincidence that they just dated this new film called Beach Read. Did you guys hear about this? 20th Century's Beach Read with
Schwarzenegger's son.
Yeah,
wow. Now that's an Emily Henry adaptation. That's the big one.
Yeah,
and
that's not kicking off the summer next year because Zelda had already claimed that, but they're putting that the second weekend of summer on the 14th. So
that's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah,
that's opening to 50.
Yeah, Disney obviously knows that there's a huge marketplace, and we all know that there's a huge marketplace for women that's been vastly overlooked every single year for the last I'd say 100 years.
Yeah.
As far as filmmaking has been out there, right? So, yeah, I do think there's a lot to be learned when Devil Wears Prada 2 opens at 76 million, higher than a lot of superhero sequels have opened with lately. So
we'll get into it. Higher than maybe Mandalorian might open to in a few weeks.
Oh, come on now. I don't know about that. Let's not get crazy. But yeah, I do believe that that marketplace, obviously with Sex and the City, it's out there. It's always out there. Yep. It's just about tapping in to the right content. Practical Magic 2 will probably do really good numbers this fall too.
Yeah, I mean that's one to talk about with our fall preview, which we will obviously have you back for.
Yeah, obviously. It's summertime now, and real quick before we get to the summer, because we're counting Memorial Day as the opening of the summer, this coming weekend, May 15th, is there a chance? Because it's not a lot of big movies are holding them for Memorial Day, but this movie Obsession, it is directed by a popular YouTuber. It is about a teen or young 20-something who gets one wish, and his wish is this girl that I'm in love with, she has to be in love with me.
Obsessed with him.
She has to be obsessed with me. So is there a chance of a breakout on this? Are you feeling anything in the air, Jeff, that's like we could wake up next Monday morning and Obsession has made, 15 million?
Yeah,
Wow.
my daughter and her friends, she's 19. They've been looking at this movie for the last month or two. All these teenage boppers are gonna probably not buy them in advance. They're gonna do walk-up business. And you're right, Pat. This could do some big bucks this weekend because there's no clear summer release. There's Is God Is, In the Gray, 40th anniversary of Top Gun. So just a lot of grab bag out there. It probably won't take the top spot. Obviously, Michael may return to the top spot. I mean, we've seen Devil Wears Prada 2 and Michael go back to back and forth all week long already. And Michael's going to get some of those premium screens back this weekend. So should be interesting in that regard. But you're right. The official summer starts Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend runs through Labor Day, even though technically in Hollywood now we've been starting since the first weekend of May. And that's when it is recorded at the box office. Why? Because spandex people decided that they were going to start and release their movies that first weekend of May 20 some years ago. And that became a real big thing for Marvel and DC to launch those titles that first weekend of May instead of the traditional Labor Day or Memorial Day.
Because we were raised on Memorial Weekend. I mean, summer of '89, maybe the greatest summer movie season of all time. It starts with Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. and that is traditionally Memorial Weekend kicks off the summer. But the spandex companies, they wanted it in early May. Great box office history lesson from Jeff.
Yeah, for your youngins that don't remember the double issues, which we are presenting you visually, this is a double issue. Like Pat said, this could go 6.5 hours today. Easy. We just don't know.
Easy. So let's get into it then with the summer movie kickoff next Memorial Weekend. And I teased it. This Mandalorian and Grogu, who we did see the first 15 minutes of this film, Jeff.
Yeah. They showed a lot of it, which is pretty rare for Disney to do.
Went through the opening credits. We got to Sigourney Weaver. I mean, we got to some stuff. I have never seen this Mandalorian or this Grogu. I didn't watch the show. Not my thing. But I told you right there, I'm into it. I like this guy. Like I said, he's a pyromaniac who's got a little baby. And I get it. So I've been hearing different things that ticket sales are not that strong. Oh, actually, they're okay. They're a little weak. But it's feeling like a 75, 80 million is what I've last heard. I mean, what are you hearing out there in L.A.? Are people wary of this? This is the first Star Wars movie we have gotten post-pandemic in movie theaters.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And I've started to see it rebranded as Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, because at first it was just The Mandalorian and Grogu with a little Star Wars banner around it. But now it's Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu. And I think that does help it, honestly, because let's be honest, Memorial Day weekend, a lot of weekend to twiddle your thumbs or go to the movies. And to be fair, there are 3 other wide releases this weekend, which is kind of a surprise considering, Star Wars has a legacy, right? Star Wars
They're not feared, though. They're not feared
brand,
anymore.
But there's no fear out there.
There's no fear.
Paramount's coming out with a horror film, Passengers. Neon's coming out with Boots Riley's new one, I Love Boosters. And then there's Pat and I's favorite film of the summer, probably, Corporate Retreat.
I'm holding. That's why you have to watch this on YouTube. You're only holding this right to camera. The Corporate Retreat, eyeball, tension ball that I've got here. Is Corporate Retreat, now I never ended up watching the trailer or seeing anything beyond this squeeze eyeball that they gave out at CinemaCon. Is this a movie about just like people with eye pain getting glasses? Like, what is Corporate Retreat about? Is this a corporate retreat for ophthalmologists? Why did they hand out this eyeball?
Listen, when we were at CinemaCon, Pat and I going down the hallway, we ran into these corporate retreaters. They were pitching the movie. They have obviously hired these kids off the streets of Las Vegas so they wouldn't starve. And they were dressed as, if you recall, they were dressed in like nurse outfits, right?
Yes.
And doctor outfits. And they're handing out bloody pens, much like this one. This isn't the actual corporate retreat pen, but I do have one that was a syringe and full of red ink. So they're really going after something scary. Eyeballs and red pens filled with blood. To me, that's horror, Pat. Yeah. That is straight up eyeball poking horror.
Yeah. It's the worst thing you can imagine is getting a pen in your eyeball.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that is a true draw. I mean, that weekend, the Memorial Weekend, if you're looking for a horror movie, well, that's the following. Well, we'll get into it. The following weekend, you got this Backrooms movie opening on May 29th, and I think that is going to be the horror breakout of these next couple of weeks. If we're just talking horror kicking off the summer, I mean, Clayton, you've seen the trailer for this Backrooms with the great Renate.
Yeah,
Renate Rensby finally doing big studio horror, and I think that Backrooms has got a lot of breakout potential. Corporate Retreat is not. It's not going to be anything. But
I feel the same. It's like Obsession and Backrooms. I think the issue I have is a lot of these movies have concepts, great concepts, and then the execution is terrible. There's no thing past what the initial thing is.
But you haven't seen either of these films.
But that's an A24 thing. That's what they do. They don't tell you what the movie's about, and then the movie is one thing done over and over and over again. I think there might be a level of fatigue with this sort of horror, where it's the one concept done by, the big thing with Backrooms is like, this is like a 20-year-old guy who directed this movie. That's part of the marketing. And I think that's interesting.
Yeah, that's what people want. Kids making stuff.
What I was going to say, that might be a reason why people go. It's reason why people went to see Markiplier's movie.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, he had this like really, really invested fan base. But the gentleman who did Talk to Me,
yes,
they started on YouTube and stuff like that. So that it does bode well for these movies, but I feel like we just keep getting these one-note movies that they don't actually break out. I know everybody online is saying Backrooms is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. But is it? Because how much does that actually translate?
What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, clicks on a YouTube video translate?
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said, obviously, about building buzz, and A24 doesn't like to spend money. We know that. They weren't even at CinemaCon.
No, which is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Neon's there, and they put on a great presentation. Neon did a bang-up job at CinemaCon. A24, who I've talked to some people from there, they keep saying they're waffling about it, but notoriously, they do not spend money on advertising. We know this, right? They barely spent for Marty Supreme, because they had to, but it's very rare. And they're doing the same thing with Backrooms. They're waiting it out and hoping that buzz builds. And I think Clayton's right a little bit. This is what they want. They want to come in under the radar and surprise you. And they get these people. They've been doing some screenings here in LA. I'm sure they've been doing them in New York, and they're getting that buzz building, talking about how it's going to be the breakout horror of the summer. But, Paramount has a film called Passenger, right? And it comes out the weekend before. Mm-hmm. And that's got, have you guys seen that trailer?
I have.
It's great.
Yeah, I like that trailer a lot.
It plays well, and people seem to really like that. So, you're opening after Obsession, Passenger, then Backrooms. Clayton, you might be right. It might be tough to break out because there's so much horror in theaters.
Yeah, I'm putting it on Backrooms at least to open because I think the young director I think is a plus. I think just the concept and who knows if they execute it, but the imagery of that is great. And I do think you look at some of these horror movies, Renate is the perfect type of lead to be in one of these movies. She's got that ethereal Rebecca Hall type,
But Pat, Rebecca Hall doesn't bring butts to the seats. You look at Rebecca Hall horror movies.
Then
some of them are great, but they don't make money.
Vera Farmiga, the type of just a prestige actress who you could put in one of these and it makes them okay, this is a real production.
I think you're overstating how many people know who she is.
I think there's enough people who see that trailer and they know, even if I haven't seen her movies, okay, this is a real movie because whoever that actress is, she's in this.
Yeah. I think here's the thing is I think the kids are in.
I think the kids are in.
Yes. The teen boppers are in. And that's going to be, if they all decide to go, we're all going to go, oh, wow, that did really well. But that's going to be the reason. It's not because, you and I and Pat and Clayton and Jeff all went to the theater to see this thing. It will be interesting. Again, can it stay afloat? Scary Movie 6 is going to just wipe everything away the weekend after that.
Yeah.
And then we get into Disclosure Day and we get really into the meat of the summer.
Well, then let's go back to Mandalorian and this Grogu.
Yeah,
this is a Star Wars movie.
It's so funny that we're talking about Backrooms and there's a Star Wars movie coming out.
Well, Renate is not in Grogu, so of course we're going to spend some time on the movie she's in. But is this going to be a return to form for Star Wars? Will this open and leg out to a point where people say Star Wars is a movie franchise again, or is this kind of going to be another Solo? Between Solo and let's go with what was the Rogue One.
Rogue One
was a huge hit.
Well, I'm saying where is this going to fall between Solo, which is kind of the bottoming out of Star Wars movies, and Rogue One, which is, yes, it's not the big nine, but it was a huge hit. what is Mandalorian going to be closer to?
Oh, I mean, can I go first on this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to Solo. I mean,
wow.
I think it's going to do worse than Solo.
Wow. Well, Solo opened to like 80, right?
And people care about Han Solo.
But that opened with such bad buzz. That movie opened and people already were like, this is an impending disaster. And I'm not feeling that on Grogu. But again,
oh, you're not. I mean,
am I overhyped because I was at CinemaCon and they showed me the first 15 minutes and they're giving us sliders and little cheese.
There was a lot of sliders.
A lot of sliders.
Listen, you can't live online because that's terrible. But they released a preview scene from this recently, and it was getting torn apart online.
Wow.
Everybody, listen. Star Wars fans notoriously, especially now, hate everything. They're going to tear it apart. I think everything that isn't Andor, I guess they hate.
Yeah.
But
Andor the movie would also eat shit.
Yeah. And that thing is, I think it's Jon Favreau, who was a big league director. He directed huge movies, right? Huge Disney live action movies. Huge Iron Man movies
and the Jungle Book.
The problem with him is that he's a TV director now. Like his style is TV directing, and this movie is going to look like another episode of The Mandalorian, which to some people is, yes, great, more of the same. But the problem is that's not going to bring in the regular people. I think the thing we need to talk about is the normal people. Not the Star Wars geeks.
Well, but it used to be that Star Wars was for everyone. Star Wars was normal people said, oh, I, like everyone else at my, on my bowling team or in my knitting circle or on my high school basketball team, we all go to Star Wars.
And that was for the 70s and the early 80s. And then for a very long time, I mean, I'm Gen X, you're Gen X, Pat, you're a millennial, so you
Gen
only
X.
know the prequels. You were born into the prequel era.
No, I just don't care about Star Wars, but I was there for all of it.
But late 80s, early 90s, if you cared about Star Wars, you were not in step with the culture. You were not in step with the culture. And that's what happens with these things. The same thing's going to happen with Marvel, and it's happening now, and you're seeing it. Star Wars is at that same point. Normal people don't care about Star Wars.
Well, Jeff, where are you at now, 2 weeks out, Mandalorian Grogu, Solo or Rogue One?
Yeah, I think honestly somewhere between there. Solo opened at 85, and we all know this was a Ron Howard stitched together piece of material. But Solo also is a weird canon in that Harrison Ford is what made Solo so popular as a character. And then you try to throw this new kid in here, and he's playing with the Wookiee that we all know and love. It was a weird hybrid Star Wars film that just didn't work as a concept. You know what I mean? And I will say this about Grogu. My daughter, her friends, they love this little thing. They love this little Yoda outside of what it does and how it exists in the Star Wars universe. They love Grogu. And so Disney knew this after 3 seasons and getting actually great response, probably some of the best response outside of Andor from the hardcore fans. They liked the way that these were directed and actually the timeline of where this is on the original Star Wars universe, right? The original trilogy. And that's why I think those original fans are coming back for this. You're going to get the kids going to this. Obviously, it's on Memorial Day weekend, big weekend for movies. Again, I think sometimes it's the right place at the right time. And this Star Wars does not offend anybody, really. It's like Pedro is still big. Pedro is like, and he takes off his mask a couple times to let you know that, it's I'm here, guys. This is me under the suit, and that opens up another demographic knowing that Pedro is in there. That is all of these things. Sigourney Weaver's in it. Oh, Sigourney Weaver. I liked her. And there are multiple things here that Walt Disney is playing with to get you to come back to this Star Wars universe, you know? And that's why I think it's a soft push into the new universe. And I think it's the right way to go. It's only really the only way to go. You have to appease those hardcore fans, as we found out when we saw this latest trilogy just crater as it got to the Power of the Force. I don't even know what the Rise of Skywalker, whatever the last one was called. It just tanked from each one, from J.J. Abrams to whatever that guy is that did The Last Jedi.
Ryan Johnson, and back to JJ. Yeah,
exactly. And there was just no through line to this story. At least Grogu and the Mandalorian have already shown where they fit into this universe, and that they have a huge story and a different story to tell with inside this universe that people already like.
Yeah.
And like you said, Pat, you've never seen one of these. You don't follow, but you're like, hey, this isn't bad. It's just a sci-fi, kind of a fluffy sci-fi Star Wars story. That's what this is. Yeah. And that's probably how you engage the audience right now. And that's why I think it will work. And again, it doesn't offend anybody. It's got a lot of action. The people from Star Wars, the canon is there if you really want to look at it that way. So I think this appeases a lot of people in the only way that Disney can do that right now. So for them, I think it's going to be a win. If this opens at 100 million or beyond, I think that's a big win for Star Wars.
I just don't see it opening at 100. I just think the time for this movie has passed. If they would have hit while the iron was hot, I know everything was sort of confusing and crazy in the Star Wars, universe and hierarchy for a while, and they were trying to find their footing after people not caring and all the backlash and stuff. I think I do think that I agree with you, Jeff. This is a kid's play. This is for kids. Like, if the kids are going to have to come out and say, "I want my Grogu," that's what's going to make this a hit. That's what will make this a hit. And if that doesn't happen, I think general audiences don't care, and there's not enough Star Wars acolytes left to make this a $100 million opener.
I think Star Wars is obviously not at its height. It's not the big thing. It's not the coolest thing. I do not think it is in the same situation as the superhero movies where people actively are angry at it. I think there is good enough will for Star Wars. That ninth one was terrible and people didn't like Solo. But for the most part, I think people are neutral to liking Star Wars. So if this is good, I think it'll open well. And I think we're going to go through now, keep going through the summer. That last weekend in May, it's just we're not in Backrooms, which is a different audience. It's got some runway where it could be leggy. Grogu could be leggy because let's go into it. The first weekend of June. So it is Scary Movie reboot. And it is, there he goes. He has the power. It's why you have to watch on YouTube because Jeff is raising his sword, his Masters of the Universe foam sword that I got one. Jeff got one.
Jeff got me one.
And Jeff got Clayton one. I would not have picked up the extra one for Clayton, but Jeff is the one who... Jeff, the person that you stole it from...
I fought him. To tell you the truth, I killed that person.
Yeah, you have to.
Fell off the balcony.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I had to. For Clayton.
Do it. And he was just a reporter for like a comic book site. It was.
Yeah, it didn't really matter. Yeah.
So that's why...
There.
Sorry, Jeff, you go.
No, he was hired. He was a hired gun to cheer for Disney stuff.
Yes. Yeah, he was so bored all week until they got to the Disney panel, and then he could scream during the Avengers trailer. Play it again.
Yeah.
Please
one more
play
time
it again.
For the fans.
So it was good that Jeff killed him and took his foam He-Man sword. Yeah. But Masters of the Universe opens on June 5th. And where are we at? We cannot be swayed by each of us having a promotional foam sword from the studio. Is there any more goodwill that has been built for this movie, or are we still in the same spot I think we've been in for a while where this is possibly the bomb of the summer?
I can't see how it isn't. When you watch that trailer and honestly, guys, how many times have we all seen this in the movie theater? And it's silence. Yeah. After it is absolute silence. And even us Gen Xers who grew up with He-Man, we're like, that's not quite the He-Man that I remember. That's not Dolph Lundgren. That guy, I mean, he wasn't the right choice for He-Man. And this new guy certainly isn't the right choice for He-Man. they never nailed that. It should have been Schwarzenegger in his prime. Like that was the only way probably He-Man would have worked.
Yeah.
Honestly, they had to get Dolph instead because I'm sure Schwarzenegger turned him down. He's like, that's not going to make money, you know? So he just like,
could it have been, while we're recasting quickly the 1987 Masters of the Universe, I'm throwing this out there, Patrick Swayze as He-Man in 1987.
He's a great actor, great dancer.
Like He-Man.
Yeah, I feel like that would be so above and beyond.
We had Frank Langella as Skeletor, so if you had Swayze and Langella facing off in those scenes.
And Swayze was pretty buff. If you rewatch Dirty Dancing with his shirt off, he already had the physique.
Probably. Oh, for sure.
It's like right before Roadhouse, so you're getting Swayze in an action, buffed out era.
87 is that the same year as Dirty Dancing?
I believe so. He had a huge pop hit too. She's Like the Wind. Imagine the song he could have sang for He-Man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I Have the Power. Imagine Patrick Swayze cutting I Have the Power 80s dance track.
Probably with Huey Lewis backing him up. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, that would be great. I know I have inside information that he would have done that. I think that also, here's another alternative. I mean, okay, so he gets this He-Man. They're like, sing this song for He-Man. And, Swayze, listen, he was a smoker. He smoked a bunch. Mm-hmm. What if he would have had that hit, She's Like the Wind? He has his next hit. Now he's a pop star. And the producer says, listen, you got to stop smoking because this is your instrument. You got to stop it. Yeah. And he stopped smoking in 87.
We could have him here today.
We could have him right now. We could have him in so many other great movies. Yeah. Taken too soon.
He would star as Skeletor in this reboot probably. Yeah. And then we wouldn't have to deal with the Jared Leto stuff.
Well, let's get into it.
Is he in that movie?
Is he in this movie?
We don't know.
CinemaCon, and his name was not uttered.
Nobody knows.
His imagery was not used in any promotion material. His name is not on the poster. This is a Masters of the Universe giant summer action movie that seemingly has no star in it.
Well, Alan Smithy is playing Skeletor.
Alan Smithy is Skeletor.
Yeah, what is the actor name that you use when you want to not give an actor credit?
Joe Blow?
Yeah, Joe Blow. Joe Blow is in it.
This is... There's no turning this around, right, at this point? Like, we all kind of... And I'm glad for MGM coming off of Project Hail Mary that they... Sheep Detectives opened well, and I do think that's going to be leggy.
If that's leggy, if that ends up being what you think it could be, that's so much better for them, and they can look at He-Man as, well, this was never going to succeed. Let's just write it off.
And the problem is you're writing off almost $200 million just in the budget, and they've been doing a lot of advertising. This thing would need at least. I mean, it probably needs about 500 million just to even start to break even. Now, Amazon and Jeff Bezos clones will just say, but we just made it for streaming. It doesn't need to make money at the box office. And that's just bullshit. These movies can't exist. You can't make them for 200 and just have them sit there in the back of Amazon Prime for the rest of their life, you know? You and Mattel are trying to join forces to sell more merch, to sell more toys, to continue the legacy of He-Man. And if you give us a turd in the middle of summer, well, that's not going to do anything to help sell more He-Man figures.
Have you heard anything about the quality of the movie, Jeff? You're out in Hollywood, out in LA. Have people gone to screenings? Because there is always a chance that this is good. We've heard the secret sort of like, oh, actually, it's more of a comedy than they're letting on. Is there anything you're hearing that is like, oh, this is better than it looks, and word of mouth might be good on this?
No, I'm hearing less about this than I heard from MGM about Melania. I got more info on that than Masters of the Universe screenings that are coming up. I don't think they want people to see this.
Why not have Melania play Skeletor, or just say she's Skeletor? Have her read. Who is more of a detriment? To marketing a movie right now? Who has a worse reputation to the American public, Melania or Jared Leto?
Jared Leto. It's not even close. And if you would have had Trump play Skeletor, this would have been maybe one of the highest grossing films of the summer still. We would have been talking about the power of the Republican Party going to see Masters of the Universe. Yeah. Are you kidding?
Let him do that instead. I would take that use of his time. Yeah, have him just play Skeletor, and then doesn't have to do anything else.
Yeah, no, he could just be Skeletor, and he'll think that it's a great thing, even though it's ironically not.
Yeah,
but
have him sleep in the mask. It doesn't matter. You can.
No, we don't care. It's got to be better.
The whole time. Yeah.
And he does a great voice. Just his voice alone is really scary for a lot of people. So he really doesn't have to change inflection at all.
Yeah. And all of it is a better option than Jared Leto right now.
But
isn't that sad?
We both agree. We all agree. The three of us. Mm-hmm. Scary Movie 6, Scary Movie 2026 is going to obliterate this movie opening weekend. I mean, it's going to be pathetic.
Yeah.
It's not going to be close. I mean, can we can we give numbers for Master of the Universe? Let's just do it right now.
All right, so we're 3 weeks out. How low could it go? Could it open at 25? Could it possibly go as low as 25?
This could fly with the Angels. I mean, Charlie's Angels was a massive IP reboot that had Kristen Stewart when people still thought she might be able to open a big budget movie again. It depends on what the screens are. If it's in PLFs, it's not going to go that low because people just want to see something big. But this could go as low as $17 million.
Oh, we can't. Could it go that low?
It could. I really agree with
Clayton
here. It really could be in the high teens.
That is a crazy disaster. If this movie opens just a few million more than Sheep Detectives.
Scary Movie is going to eat this Masters lunch.
So do we think Scary Movie is a slam doink for 40 or 50 million?
Yes, I think 50 and beyond is what we're looking at Scary Movie 6.
Wow.
Yes. The hype for this has been so big. It's an underserved market that is now, I will say there's probably a lot of crossover between people who went to see Michael. And who are psyched for this new Scary Movie.
It's
because they saw that trailer before Michael, or when they went to the theater, they're like, oh shit, there's another Scary Movie, and it's back in the hands of the creatives we love.
Yes,
holy shit!
The Waynes have gotten control of their franchise again.
They have to do a trailer. See, Scary Movie. I don't know what their marketing budget is, but they need to do a Michael centric trailer.
Okay. I'm sure Michael is he's been 100%. Parodied in so many scary movies.
And they have to do a really quick something dunking on Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto. You might as well. Jared might even jump over and help them market Scary Movie 6 because he's been ostracized from the campaign.
Wow.
Well, he's a producer though, I think, isn't he the reason why he's Masters of the Universe why they because I know he was a producer on the Tron Ares. That's why they couldn't get rid of him there. So he's got to be a producer on Masters of the Universe, right?
I don't know.
I'm sure they gave him and his manager some kind of
he's got points. He's got to have points.
Well, here's something else I'm throwing out there. Opening the same weekend is something called, now this is based on a YouTube series. And it's coming out from Fathom Entertainment. It's like a 2-day event that weekend. Something called The Amazing Digital Circus, The Last Act. Apparently, this has crazy pre-sales. It is just a very young people-oriented project. It's an animated YouTube series that's getting a movie, or it's the last episode is going to be on Fathom event in theaters right before it drops on YouTube. And I'm hearing that there's high teens pre-sales on this already.
Really?
I'm throwing this out here. This Amazing Digital Circus, The Last Act, could this open bigger than Masters of the Universe? If this movie sells $17 million worth of tickets, could that beat Masters on the weekend of June 5th?
We've seen Demon Slayer open in the 20s.
Yeah.
And if it's the same, I mean, He-Man, you're trying to get like Gen Xers and young boomers.
Right.
And the kids are not going to be interested in Masters of the Universe. So if they're going to see the Amazing Digital Circus, or they're still lining up for Backrooms from the weekend before, then Masters of the Universe is sunk.
Yeah.
Completely sunk.
And I think Grogu, again, if the reviews are good, that's sort of the same audience as Masters of the Universe, where it's like older people who love Star Wars. They love Star Wars more than they love He-Man. And then families who are looking for a PG-13 action movie, they're going to choose Grogu over He-Man. Like, He-Man could open up like 5th or 6th.
Because I don't think I think we're looking at 100%. There's no way that Master of the Universe is going to be a hit in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
there's no world. There's like nothing's lining up for it. There's no buzz for it. And
it looks it still looks cheesy as hell. And it's the same concept we've seen so many times from this type of film.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just not done well. Travis Knight is not a bad director, but he did Bumblebee. And so you know the kind of film this is going to be, you know?
Right. It's going to be solid, workmanlike. They just didn't go for it on this one with any kind of great take.
What do you do with it, though? What do you do with it?
You
put it on Amazon Prime. You put it on Prime by July 15th.
Or you do, if we keep hearing, it's more of a comedy. Is it the Brady Bunch movie? You do a full-on meta version of He-Man, and maybe there's something there.
And that would
you make it smaller.
Even bigger shit.
Well, I think that's at least a thing that can get people excited, and you budget it appropriately. But
what pisses me off as a hardcore He-Man fan, and I had the action figures growing up. I'm sure Clayton.
Of course, did you?
Yeah, we all did. There's no site. I have not seen anything where Orko shows up, but he's this floating little ghost that goes everywhere with Prince Adam, right?
Great red
cloak. I haven't seen that little bitch in anything. It's like they're either hiding it or they didn't even bother to make Orko because they didn't have the CG budget, which pisses me off.
Well, this is now the second time, if Orko's not in this, that we have been screwed out of Orko, because in the 1987 Masters of the Universe, instead of Orko, we had that. What was the name of that little?
The Keymaster.
The Keymaster, who obviously was filling the spot that Orko serves in He-Man's team, and instead they replaced him with whatever that troll guy's name was, and he was fine. But I was like, this is not Orko, and now they're doing it again. We're not going to have Orko. Real quick, we did miss one movie that the same weekend Backrooms opens. Sony Pictures had what they thought would be the big movie of that weekend. Now, opening up CinemaCon, which ended up being a week where we saw the biggest stars of all time, Spielberg and The Rock and Jack Black and Tom Cruise. Jeff, we saw Tom Cruise on stage, Sandy Bullock, Nicole Kidman, just everyone was there. But it all kicked off at the Sony presentation, the first big presentation of the week, and the first big name out, Nate Bargatze.
Oh God,
the star of the Breadwinner, kicked off CinemaCon.
It almost closed CinemaCon. It was so quiet in there.
So quiet.
This movie is going to tank so hard.
Yeah.
It should be on Netflix June 5th. Yes. That's how bad this thing is going to tank. Nate he's like, people love his comedy. I think he's great on SNL. I love some of, obviously the George Washington skits,
Everyone loves George Washington skits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody loves, and he's not in young Washington, unfortunately, because I think that would have been a big play for him.
Yes, he should have. He should have been in Angel Studios.
Been in Young Washington. That would have been great for Angel Studios. Yes. But instead, Sony is going back because they lost Adam Sandler all those years ago, and they never had real a hit or a string of comedy films since Adam Sandler left the studio. And they're trying again. They're like, hey, Nate is coming up. He's the guy. And you watch this trailer, and I've watched it many times in theaters, and it's like he has no sense of film timing. You know what I mean? Like, he can command an audience out there on stage like nobody's business, and he's great at that. But being a film star is much different. It is way different. And this is what you see when you get one chance in theaters, and then you just say, you know what? He's more of a small screen guy. He'd be great in sitcom,
he looks like he's straight out of the Black Hole Sun video. this guy.
Yes.
He doesn't have
standing in a little swimming pool.
Yeah, he doesn't have the face for the big screen. It's a Mr. Mom ripoff. It's 2026. A man can't take care of kids. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. It's offensive.
It is. It might work for like middle America Bible thump bullshit, which is what he sort of aims towards.
Wow. Okay.
But it ain't going to play in the big cities.
Well,
it ain't going to play at Lincoln Square.
I don't think it's going to play anywhere. I think you're being very dismissive there of the Plain Billies as you ranted, but I don't think anyone looks at this and says a dad can't watch his kids.
There's iPads. Just give them iPads. There you go.
Yeah.
That seems to be anywhere I go. That seems to be the parenting. This guy can't that's the breadwinner would be over in 3 minutes. He buys 4 new iPads, gives it to him, and then he's like, "We're fine."
Yeah.
And
then
the kids are fine. They don't actually need dads, really. Not with AI out there.
So how low could that go? I mean, are we talking? It really is a shame because we all want a return to 90s. Early 2000s, just studio comedies. We want our Adam Sandler, Mike Myers, Jim Carrey, frat pack movies back on the big screen. And the last couple of years, anytime they try and take a stand-up, give them a movie, you get The Machine, you get this with Sebastian Maniscalco's movie, you get something like The Breadwinner.
You get Easter Sunday.
Joe
Coy.
You get Bus Boys, Theo Vaughn, David
The
Spade.
cursed Bus Boys, we didn't even mention. It came and went.
Yeah. That one, at some point we have to do a full episode on the Bus Boys.
Or
situation.
not, or we just never mention it again.
But it's going to happen again where it's, okay, we're trying with a big comedian, give him a vehicle, and it's going to open
this is
to
breadcrumbs.
6 million.
This is 8 million maybe tops, unless you said, unless those middle states somehow rally around Nate and say, this is our guy, and we're going to support him.
And the best, and you mentioned Angel Studios, the best studio to put out the Breadwinner would have been Angel Studios, because they would have came up with a scam. And they're not scamming this. They need to start scamming people on this movie.
Yeah, every ticket you buy for the Breadwinner saves one kid from his father watching, something like that. So that's gonna eat S. But Scary Movie 6, at least that'll show comedy is viable. That's gonna be, because the Naked Gun reboot was very funny, did fine, but it didn't reignite it. I mean, Scary Movie 6 could end up doing in one weekend what the Naked Gun 2025 did in its entire domestic run.
Yeah, it's possible.
Right? Because that gets closer. 60?
Yeah. As we get closer to this, guys, I agree. The same thing with the latest Scream film. Like, you say what you will about it, but a lot of walk-up business went to that Scream film that Hollywood didn't see coming. You're going to see the same thing with Scary Movie 6. And horror, as you know, since the pandemic has been the hottest genre going. We haven't had a scary movie for 15 years.
Yeah.
And
so
they're getting everybody back. They're getting
everybody, and they're streaming all of these movies that we've come to love in the last few years.
And Anna Faris is back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's I mean, that's, and I can't remember her name, but her best friend in these movies. I'm sorry?
And so, guys, this is, I mean, if it hit 65, 70 million, it wouldn't shock me, and that's just, that movie is going to have a long life too,
Regina Hall.
Thank you. The great Regina Hall, who's only gotten bigger.
So much more famous than she was in the Scary Movie days. I mean, she's coming off a Best Picture winner.
Snubbed for Best Supporting. I think she should have been Best Supporting Actress.
The Wayans brothers just look the same. They have been frozen in amber, those guys, which is great for when you're promoting a movie. And
guys, we also have Lionsgate Power Ballad. This is John Carney's film. I love John Carney films. Paul Rudd is in this. Nick Jonas. It won't do huge numbers, but I'm really looking forward to this film. Every time I see the trailer for this, I'm like, I'm there opening night. In fact, I will probably go to that movie first.
Wow.
I think, Jeff, are you gonna get in your car and drive it like you stole it?
You got to.
Wearing your brown shoes?
I don't know about the brown shoes. I've been over brown shoes for a while. But if we're being honest, we're talking about like, if I have the power, I mean, if that is He-Man's like that's his slogan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have the power. He raises up his sword, and then boom, right into power ballad, guys. I mean, that's just where I'm going. I mean, I have to. No offense to the He-Man, but I'll catch that like Sunday matinee, you know?
Yeah, I like probably every other John Carney movie. I feel like I love Sing Street. He's once also, right? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. So
you didn't like Begin Again.
I didn't like Begin Again.
Oh God,
no.
Ruffalo was so great in that.
I'll give it another chance, and I didn't love the one with Bono's daughter.
Okay, so this is the one you'll love.
This is the one. Well, that's what I'm saying, because the last one was the one with Bono's daughter, which I was lukewarm on. So
I liked Begin Again. I liked Begin Again.
I did too. Yeah. I did too. I loved it.
So let's get into Jeff. One of the highlights for CinemaCon for us was closing the Universal panel. Honestly, just from the montage, when they showed the montage of Steven Spielberg's career, and I would say a majority of we're starting to get teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Just when
Pat and I were holding each other. We were holding each other because it was so emotional to see all of these Spielberg clips. And you knew going into it, it's going to happen. But once you're there and feeling it, it hits you on another level.
Yeah.
Were you guys as emotional as Jay Kelly was when he watched his life go by on the screen, and he was like, can I do it again?
Well, that's what Jeff and I looked at each other and we said, play it. Can we do it again? Can we play it again?
Can we do it one more time?
One more time?
So we saw Spielberg. He closed the Universal panel in conversation with his star, Coleman Domingo, just Mr. Charisma. There's one of the great SNL hosts a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't seen it, go back, watch Coleman
I watched. You
SNL.
recommended some, and I watched them, and I loved them.
It's great.
Yeah.
They made this movie Disclosure Day, opens June 12th. Spielberg returning to sci-fi thriller with aliens. We saw a lot of footage from this movie, none of it from the third act. They have still nothing in the trailer, the promotion material. Spielberg's like, none of this is from the third act.
And if that is true, what we saw, I was like, well, then there is a big twist coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We saw a lot what we thought was a twist, but they're going to twist the twist.
Yes.
Is what he's saying.
So as a movie goer and as a Spielberg guy, I am so effing GD excited for Disclosure Day.
Pat, we walked to Times Square.
Yes.
When we found out that there was, and this was before the movie was even named, right?
Yes, before it was named.
That was the Spielberg summer movie was coming out, and a billboard went up in Times Square. And we never go to Times Square.
No.
For any reason.
No.
Oh, I go to the Central Perk there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty often. Actually, it's worrisome how often I'm there.
Yeah.
Is the coffee that good there?
You don't go there for the coffee.
Oh, what are you there for then?
You got to go.
You got it.
Okay.
When you come, you got to go.
Okay, I'll let you go. Okay, I'll be on. I'll go.
And every once in a while, we like to just dress up as the characters in Times Square, just to give people to get a kick out of, like, they don't know that they're actually taking a picture with a B.O. boy.
Exactly.
They think they're just taking a picture with Snoopy.
or like an Elmo with no pants on.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's actually us.
I'm
But
a
other than that,
pantsless
we never
Elmo.
go to Times Square.
So we went and we paid homage to the great man's billboard. And the question is there, are people going to follow him? He hasn't had a big hit in a very long time since Ready Player One.
Ready Player One was
this
a big hit.
Is completely original, and we don't know what it's about. I think that is scary for a lot of people.
We know it's aliens.
We do know that Universal and the Donald Trump administration have ramped up UFO knowledge and all these files that are being released. I know that's Spielberg behind it. I know that's Universal. Spielberg was actually on stage talking about secret shit.
Yeah.
Remember?
He's saying that he
said, I heard some stuff.
Now.
Yeah. And I was in on some stuff that most people don't know about. I'm like, oh man.
Yep.
Spielberg got in there and he looked scared by this information that he got. And he put that into the script.
It definitely is more out there than it's ever been. And obviously, you could say that there's some people who are trying to get aliens to be what's talked about so that we're not talking about their government policies. And then, of course, the studio, talk about aliens because we got an alien movie opening in June. But whatever the reason why there's more alien stuff out there, people are talking about aliens and they're talking about cover-ups of aliens in a way that they haven't in a long time. And that's what this movie is about.
Yeah, and that leads you right into Disclosure Day. It's the perfect setup. Yeah. It's the perfect setup for a big opening.
There is a level of, and listen, I'm going to put on the tinfoil hat. And it's not going to be this is the tinfoil hat because people are going to think what I'm going to say is tinfoil hat territory. It is not. In the next decade, what I'm saying will come to be true is that we are going to face this day. We are going to face the Disclosure Day at some point.
Yes.
And I think Spielberg, who has guided us through so many things, like shark attacks, like, E.T. phoning home.
Yep.
Right?
Like Lincoln.
Minority Report, which has come true.
Yep. AI just following you in your brain and
I mean, artificial intelligence, right?
Yes.
He is doing a service to the public, and he's saying how you're going to maneuver and figure out this stuff when it happens. Let Daddy Spielberg show you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. I really do think he knows something, and he knows that this is going to be part of the preparation for whatever is going to happen when it happens.
So
this is almost a PSA then. This is how you need to get ready for this, because these aliens, Earth girls are easy. That is not what it's really like. No offense to Jeff Goldblum. I wish too. I wish that was the way it was.
Yeah,
because that's a great sci-fi flick. If you haven't caught Earth Girls Are Easy, really prepare yourself for that before you watch Disclosure Day, because it's the opposite of that.
Where's that reboot? That's an IP.
It's probably on the original's probably on Tubi, but if Disclosure Day is big, maybe we do finally get the Earth Girls reboot.
And My Stepmother is an Alien would be great too.
Yeah,
Kim Basinger. You know, some great, really bad sci-fi out there, and this is
Aykroyd would love to be asked to cameo in that.
Sure. Are you kidding? Yeah, Space Invaders, a lot of good stuff.
So the Alien thing, I think, is good, and of course Spielberg with Aliens is such a drawing card potentially.
I mean, War of the Worlds,
E.T., Close Encounters. He's the Alien guy, so him saying I'm doing Aliens again is a big effing deal. I think the issue.
He was shaking. He was shaking a little bit on stage. It was his first time at CinemaCon. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. Which is wild that he'd never been there before. And he received that completely made up award that they gave him, which was great. I'm sure that's under his toilet seat now. But I think the issue with this movie being gigantic, which I do think it's a movie for adults. I think it's going to open, does it open at 30? Does it open at 60? That's the sort of like the big wide area there. I think the issue is who's the star that gets people excited. I think it could be Emily Blunt. I think we often undersell that Emily Blunt legitimately is a movie star.
She's so good too. She's good in everything. So good.
She was definitely a big draw for Prada too.
Yeah.
If she wouldn't have come back, this movie would not have done as well as it did.
Yeah.
And people like her with the aliens. Emily.
Yeah.
Quiet Place are alien movies.
Yeah. If aliens do come, like Clayton says, in the next 10 years, it should be Spielberg that greets them first, right? He's done all the groundwork. He's laid the foundation for us to greet these creatures with compassion and honor. And thank you for including us into the universal truth. I know humans, is a long time coming, but Spielberg is the guy, right? He's the guy.
It has to be him.
Tom Cruise.
Oh man!
Don't we send the best of us? Don't we send the best of us? Don't we send him with that big smile?
He's a Scientologist. He won't even believe that they're the true aliens.
Yeah, I think it's got to be. Spielberg is the alien guy. He's our representative to communicate with the aliens. Zemeckis could be there. Contact was good, and Zemeckis is a fun weirdo to have around aliens, and the Spielberg's buddy. But Spielberg's got to lead the team that greets the aliens.
Yeah.
Has to
Yeah.
be.
That is a great pitch for a movie, a comedy film.
Okay.
Which is the aliens are coming, and it is who's going to greet them.
Yeah.
And it is like, it's got to be like a Spielberg type, one of the big actors like Tom Cruise. And then who else do you send? I wouldn't send any politicians.
No, it can't. There could be no politicians anywhere. You have to.
You got to send a plumber.
Yes.
You got to send somebody from. It's got to be that thing where it's a united, a united colors of Benetton situation.
Yeah.
Where you have to get the best of the best.
Yeah.
To say hi to these aliens.
Maybe that's what the third act of Disclosure Day is about. We don't know. We have not seen any footage. I think something that could be an issue for this movie just becoming a giant summer movie. Or at least opening big, because if this movie's great, this could really leg out and be the adult sort of like thriller choice.
I think the critics are going to do. They're going to have the reviews are going to have to be great,
and the reviews and this sort of just audience, word of mouth. I think for the opening, you wish, and Spielberg's a star here, and Emily Blunt is a star here. If there was a bigger star in the Josh O'Connor part, which I've seen and stuff, he's good. He was good in the Knives Out 3, which I didn't love, but he was good in that. He's great in the Zendaya tennis movie.
Yeah. I would have loved an Edward Norton. I would have loved like an Edward Norton comeback. He never worked with Spielberg. Like someone like that who's distinguished enough that you know the name, and you're like, God, I haven't seen that guy for a while. Oh, Ed Norton. Oh man, he's rocking this. You're right. I would have liked to see something like that. To bring us back full circle.
But what about an Austin Butler?
Austin Butler would like that level of star. That would have been a huge. Austin Butler has way more name value than Josh O'Connor, so that's the only part where you don't have that person that you could put above the title that people immediately recognize. Because Emily Blunt is a huge star, but she's not the lead of this movie based on what we've seen. She's a side character.
Imagine if Pattinson was in this.
Yes.
If you had Robert Pattinson, this is one of the top 5 of the summer, no doubt.
Well, I actually totally disagree with that because I think he's an absolute zero.
You don't like him as a person, I get that, but
I don't think he's good in these movies. I don't think he's good.
He has way more name value than Josh O'Connor and a fan base. I think I agree. Too. Austin Butler is the perfect choice for that.
Yeah. I agree.
I think would have been a lot bigger. Yeah. So I think with that movie, it's going to be, if it opens terribly and it's like 20 million, then you're like, okay, it's too far of a hole to get out of.
What if it was Paul Mescal?
If it was Paul Mescal, that would be a disaster. And Paul Mescal's also a nobody.
Do you think it does worse than Josh O'Connor?
About
like a push.
Both of them don't matter at that point.
What about a Jared Leto?
What about Jared Leto? What if this is the one he's promoting? What if the third act is all Jared Leto?
It's all Jared Leto.
Yeah,
he is actually a real alien. Yeah, that has come to Earth, and this is actually the disclosure of that.
The third act is just a 30 Seconds to Mars
music video
performance.
Yeah.
They just do like 4 songs in a row.
That's how we greet the aliens, is with a full set by 30 Seconds to Mars.
But we all know the greatest hits. Yeah, we all have their greatest hits album, for sure.
So the other thing opening that weekend is a wide release from Bleecker Street. I just want to
we really can't spend time on a Bleecker Street.
No, just quickly, because it is RuPaul's first full production of a movie. RuPaul in Stop That Train. This seems to be very heavily influenced by the RuPaul Drag Race show, and they're making a movie, and it's a comedy movie, and it's Bleecker Street. It's not going to be huge, but I feel like this is one that could be. We look back at the end of the summer like, oh, this movie made $10 million total. It's like a nice little indie comedy hit.
Yeah. To that, I'm going to say no fucking way in hell.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say. It's Bleecker Street, man. It has always been bleak. Yeah. It's always bleak for them.
No penetration.
They can't open a movie. They can't open a movie. They can't sell a movie. they are funded by some Russian mafia somewhere. I know that.
I forget, was it Bleecker Street or Vertical Entertainment that did your friend and past and future guest Chad Hartigan's The Threesome?
That was Vertical.
That was Vertical.
That was Vertical. Okay.
Yeah.
A movie I watched on Netflix.
Wow.
And I thought it was really, really great.
Wow.
Oh. Better than the original Threesome back from the 90s?
No. I went into it knowing that we were not going to see like Taint. I wasn't going to see like,
all the parts that you want to see on all the
things. I wasn't going to see Labia.
Okay.
So
wow, you're looking that deep. Okay.
Well, I told you I knew that. I wasn't going to see that.
Yeah.
And I still thought it was a very winning movie. Yeah. So I know he's a listener.
Yeah. And Chad Hartigan makes a good film. If anybody's out there looking for the next Star Wars director, Chad Hartigan, throw his name in there.
Yeah. Oh, please do, because we're stuck with some bullshit with these directors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get Zoe. Yeah.
Get Zoe Deutsch in a Star Wars movie. And get her in a Star Wars
movie. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump ahead. Possibly. Well, tell us. June 19th, is that the opening weekend of the biggest movie this summer? Toy Story 5. Jeff, tell us, that
it is the second biggest movie of the summer? Yes, I think.
Wow.
Toy Story 5. Tom Hanks and Mr. Allen, Tim Allen, were on stage at CinemaCon, and they might have been their first time there too. Actually, I can't remember. I thought they might
have been there before.
I know, but it's possible. Not as Woody and Buzz though. That's the possibility that they didn't show up on. And they were looking. I will say it. They were looking really old on stage there. And the great thing is Woody. Part of his charm here is that he's balding. Finally,
Yeah.
And that is a big sell. Toy Story, how can you go wrong with Toy Story? In the middle of summer, and they're fighting AI toys and these iPads. I mean, honestly, it's another perfect setup for $1 billion hit for Disney. Will it be bigger than Spider-Man? Time will tell that tale, but I don't think it will be, but it's going to be pretty damn close. Those are the two big ones, I think, this summer. We can probably pretty much agree on that, although Young Washington is really making some strides, especially if they get that Nate Bargatze cameo in there. They still have time.
They could just use the footage from his Christmas special he did and just
what the people want.
Sew that into the movie. Is there
But Toy Story 5, it's going to be undefeated. I mean, it's the perfect opening. That late June opening is so great.
Father's Day weekend.
Looks like it. Yeah, it rings the bells. It's going to do great.
Here's what
I can't see anything unless Clayton has some insider information that could knock it down.
No, I'm going to prop it up. Listen, we already know Pixar is creatively bankrupt. That doesn't matter with their sequels. We saw Inside Out 2, do Bafa Bobo. This is their crown jewel. You're going to get the people like me who've never seen 4 and boycotted 4 because
you didn't see Forky? You missed Forky? Oh, Jesus.
He boycotted Forky because it wasn't opening on Father's Day
weekend.
Okay.
They've righted their wrong.
Okay.
I probably won't see 5, but I would be more willing to see 5 because they are opening it in the Father's Day corridor as they should, caring about the domestic box office as they should. This is the crown jewel. I think every single age group can agree on Toy Story. So I could see this being huge. I do think, again, Spider-Man is going to be big because you've got Tom Holland, you've got Zendaya. That's going to win the day for that one. But this is going to be huge. I mean, it's $1 billion baby slam doink.
Yeah, this is one of the doinks of the summer. It's got to make $1 billion. Yeah, I don't see any drawback on this. I mean, the iPad thing is the logical thing you had to do. Will there be any pushback from kids who are saying, I don't want them to make the iPad the villain. I love the iPad. Probably not. They'll probably just want to see a movie that has an iPad in it so they can look at an iPad some more. There's no drawback on this. It's going to open, I guess, over under from right now. Does it open bigger than 4 opened? Because 4 opened to what, like 120?
What was it?
In its 3-day weekend, it might have done 120, which I think in that moment felt like slightly underwhelming.
It
but
did.
Yeah. Yeah, 121 almost. Yeah.
Like, is this something that could open like 160? You know, could it open
It
like
opened
to
to
that kind of?
120.
Yeah, I still feel like 120 to 140 is somewhere in there is a great number.
Yeah.
You know?
That weekend, Death of Robin Hood from A24, starring Hugh Jackman as an old Robin Hood.
An old, decrepit Robin Hood. He's been robbing the wrong people. He should have been retired by now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's giving away too much of his treasures.
The poster says he was no hero. Hugh Jackman, The Death of Robin Hood. This is A24, so God knows what this movie will
I've heard
be.
that this is a very dark movie. This is not your regular summer fare. This is this ain't no Logan. This ain't no Wolverine.
No.
He's not joking around with Deadpool.
Nope.
So this looks like it's gonna probably eat shit.
Yeah. It's directed by someone that I think we all like, Michael Sarnowski, who did Pig, which
I love Pig.
Nicolas Cage should have got an Oscar nom for that for sure.
So maybe there's a possibility here then.
And he directed the Quiet Place prequel, which was a huge hit. So it's just, here's the thing.
A24 doesn't promote.
A24 doesn't promote. No one gives an S about Robin Hood. But it is Hugh Jackman, so, you know, Father's Day weekend.
Yeah,
it's an old dad's play. It's an old sad dad's play.
Old sad dads who are no longer talking to their daughters because they can't do anything for their kids anymore. Like Nate Bargatze said, like they don't know how to father anymore. They don't know how to make sandwiches anymore.
A sandwich?
They don't know how to open up their wallet and give money because kids don't take actual cash anymore. So dads are just outdated. Man.
What do you mean you only use crypto?
Yeah. What's this Venmo you guys are talking about? I mean, it's over for dads. Let's be honest.
So let's just get to the end of June here. Two big question marks, I would say, on June 26th for different reasons. We've got Supergirl from Warner Brothers, Jackass Best and Last from Paramount Pictures. Here's the thing with Jackass is this...
It's sad. I mean, talk about death of Robin Hood. This is like death of Steve-O.
Yes.
Yeah.
This feels like, it's like kind of being leaked out that this might really be a bit of a clip show situation.
And they're planning it around Bam's possible funeral, so that's also depressing.
Yeah. Well, Pat, tell the audience what we were talking about at CinemaCon when we saw Johnny Knoxville solo introducing this film.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that really struck us was the sad, somber tone that he took, that there was no one else from the Jackass crew on stage, that there was no party boy, that there was no Steve-O, which was wild. I mean, this feels like Paramount went to Johnny Knoxville and said, hey, listen.
Cobble something together. We actually have you under contract. You're obligated to give us one more Jackass movie. So make it happen. Like, I feel like they're trying to get this under the wire from the old regime, because they're not going to do Jackass movies once this Paramount WB thing happens. I think that's probably what it is, right?
Oh, you think that's an IP? But the whole point of the merger is just to mine whatever IPs they have. But
I mean, the fact is they should have called it what it is, and it probably would have sold more tickets. Worst and last. You know, I mean, they're calling it best and last, but we know that that's not true. So just, Johnny, step out and give us the truth. We know you're out there by yourself shilling this thing without your buddies. Obviously, this is a piece of shit. You know, it really is. It's unfortunately.
Right now,
it opened, the fourth one opened to 23 million.
Yeah. Is this going to open higher than Action Park? Was that the name of it?
Action Park, dude, opened to... I had that movie in our...
We unfamously did a summer movie draft years ago where you picked
Action Point. By the way.
Yes.
Because we don't want to get sued. It ate so much shit.
Did it open single digits?
Oh, it opened at $2.3 million.
Okay, so this will be bigger than that.
And it legged out to 5.
So this is a situation where the just Jackass branding is going to get $15 million worth of tickets sold, right?
Listen, I know CinemaCon, it didn't do well. The trailer, I need to see more.
Yeah, we need to see more.
I mean, we're all seeing this movie, right? I mean, there's no way we're not seeing this opening
we're
weekend.
100%. We're going.
Yeah.
So if the same amount of people do, it wasn't that long since 4,
which was great, which everyone loved, was like kind of a critical success, and
So if you get enough of those people, if the next trailer is good, and they do some promotion that we love.
If it's not clips, it just can't be old clips.
And it feels like it's going to be old clips. It's going to, but that weekend, it's opening against Supergirl.
Oh, oofa doofa.
So, I mean, this will make more than Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
But in some ways, I'm starting to feel like Supergirl is actually possibly the bomb of the summer in terms of expectations versus what I think it'll do. Now, we liked this character in the minute or two that she was in that Superman movie. Was that last summer or was that the year before? Last summer.
Last summer.
But Jeff, you and I at CinemaCon saw pretty extended sequence from this movie, and it just straight up looked like some moldy old trash. I mean, this is just
you really
gobbledygook.
Yeah.
It looks
just
dark,
it was like
boring.
It was like a weird Star Wars film, and you're like, what is Supergirl doing in this thing?
Yeah.
Millie Alcock, is that her real name? Alcock?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
It's Alcock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She was on stage.
Pronunciation. Yeah.
It's Alcock. Yeah, Alcock. She was on stage and looked like she didn't know what she was doing there. Like, it's just, this is a weird choice for your follow-up to Superman. Like, why stay in the same, you launched it, you relaunched it, it did okay. But to stick in this Superman lane is really strange for James Gunn. It's like he wants to prove something that you can make Supergirl movies, and that's just never been the case. Like, it's just, that's one of the hardest sell to make a Supergirl, a Batwoman. It's a Barbed Wire. People do not go to these films. They don't, and that has just been over decades. They've been trying to pound these superhero women down our throats, and audiences for the most part just have not bit on any of them.
Well, look at Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which Harley Quinn was one of the biggest breakouts of Suicide Squad. And then that movie came out and people didn't go.
It tanked. Yeah.
And so, I mean, listen, it'd be great if you could have more of these movies and women would go see them.
Yeah.
And men would go see them. But yeah, the track record, other than Wonder Woman, which did well, Captain Marvel, the first one, which was the too big to fail point of Marvel, where any Marvel movie that would have came out in that slot would have done Bafa Bobo.
Gru the Wanderer would have done $100 million.
They could have done a Howard the Duck movie, and it literally would have opened, probably not as big as Captain Marvel, obviously, because not Allison Brie, but Brie
Larson.
Brie Larson was a name, and but I guess it depends on who would play Howard. But yeah, so you had that. But Supergirl is not Wonder Woman, and not MCU at the height of its power.
Yeah.
The saving grace of this movie, the reason why people may go see this movie, is how much do they like Lobo, and how much do they care about Lobo. So really pushing Lobo. You've got Jason Momoa, who is hot off of the Minecraft movie. Dune is going to be huge. Dune 3, he's in that.
Right. He'll be in Jumanji. But I don't think that you could... Wait, is he in Jumanji?
No, he's not in Jumanji.
He's in something. Oh, maybe I was just thinking of Dune. He was on stage twice in the Warner Bros. Channel.
He rode his motorcycle on sage as Lobo. Right?
But I think at that point, people are like, well, then I'll go see the Lobo movie. People aren't going to see a movie like this because of the side character, right? And I think with the female action movie is different than these superhero movies, because obviously there's been a million female action movies that are big hits
that have had success.
But it's more,
it's the cross section of
if you have the right star, who actually is a star, and the person playing Supergirl is not a famous person, so she's not drawing anyone. Yeah. It's a Supergirl movie that doesn't have the stuff that people like from Superman, which is like being set in the same place and having Lex Luthor and Superman instead. Now this is in space, and
it looks like a Guardians. It looks like somebody ripped off the Guardians, and it's like Guardians is his baby.
It looks like Sea Guardians. That, to me, seeing the material for this and the scene, the biggest problem is you're just doing what feels like a D-grade Guardians movie that doesn't have a star in it.
And unfortunately, James Gunn is already fighting off rumors that this thing costs $200 million, and that's a bad sign when your creator is fighting off things, because he's already basically saying, God, I don't want that to get out there that this thing costs 200 when it only makes 200 worldwide. You know what I mean? Like, he's already trying not to be buried by all of this content about how much this movie costs.
Right.
Because this is on him. Yeah. This is his baby. He set up this new universe. This is 100% on him if this fails.
How long does he have? Because we've got the merger that's going to happen. Superman did fine. This movie is going to bomb. He has Clayface, which
that did look cool.
It looks cool, but it's not gonna.
The ceiling's low on that.
Ceiling's low. Budget is probably $60 million. So not it's no big deal on that one. But you guys, after the next Superman, which is I think next summer in 27, right? That could be it for James Gunn.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Because also superhero. Because then when Doomsday comes out and does what it's going to do, which is make a lot of money but underperform when you look at stuff like Endgame and things like that, and getting beat by a solo Spider-Man movie, superhero stuff, universes is going to be at an all-time low.
Well, I think that's the other big problem for this movie, is that other than the characters that people still care about, the Spider-Mans, the Deadpools, Iron Man, if he came back, Batman, obviously, people are biased against superhero movies. And so if this thing sort of has some bad buzz and it looks like D-grade Guardians, it's going to also have I can't stand these superhero movies. No way am I going to see that. I think this has a stigma against it by just being a superhero movie.
Yeah, it's not even the female element of it really at all. It's because when people love superheroes, they go see female-driven superhero movies. They just don't want to see them.
Yeah,
they don't want to see any of them.
That if it's not Batman, do we think?
And Batman 2 is that ever coming out? Well, that's the other problem with DC is that it's that movie it looks like it's going to be a disaster, because what the fuck is even going on with it?
Well, I think the James Gunn problem is that he
doesn't have his fingies in it, and it's going to be a big hit if it comes out.
When he's upset,
the most important character for DC is Batman and Joker. And basically, James Gunn has not been able to get that into his world. So at some point, Paramount, Warner Brothers, they're going to look at this and say, this fucking guy, what do we have him around for? Superman did kind of fine. Everything else bombed. He has nothing to do with Batman.
And he talks too much. He tweets too much.
He's doing a lot of tweeting. He should be he should be working on that Green Lantern film. That's what I want to see.
Well, you're not going to watch the Lantern show where they wear jeans and
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the Lantern thing. But I really want that big screen. I want that big screen adventure. Let's get it right this time. Come on. One more time.
So June, when you look at June, you got Toy Story, Slam Doink, $1 Billion Baby. Disclosure Day, we think could do well. I mean, Scary Movie's going to open, but it's probably not going to be leggy. Masters of Universe bombs. Supergirl feels like it's going to bomb. So June's a little up and down.
Disclosure is the biggest question mark, I think, of the summer.
I think Disclosure Day also is benefiting from Toy Story 5 is a different audience. Then end of June, if Supergirl doesn't do well, Disclosure Day could keep sort of getting older teens and adults because they're not going to bother with Supergirl.
And Disclosure Day, if it gets those reviews like we're talking about, it holds on until the 4th of July, and it has another big uptick there because Minions and Young Washington are not, they are what they are, but they're not for adults. I mean, Young Washington that's a different concept, but I still think Disclosure Day could be one of the leggiest films of the summer. Yeah. And Spielberg does that. Spielberg does that. He did that with E.T. He did that with Close Encounters. His sci-fi films travel far.
Yeah.
They do.
Well, let's get into July, because July feels
hold on. Pat, hold on.
Did we miss one?
Well, A24, because they don't promote their shit. They have Olivia Wilde's film, The Invite.
Okay.
When is that coming out?
Because the Orgy Fest begins June 26th. I think it's a limited release. That might even be just New York, LA, and then expanding
The Invite.
over. Yeah, The Invite. And this is Olivia Wilde. You know, she just went wild with this one. Edward Norton, who we're talking about, is in this.
Okay.
Seth Rogen is in this, and it's hey, what happens if your neighbors invite you to weekly orgies? You know, does this have the power to be the next drama? Like, where people going to talk about this, or was that a Zendaya Robert Pattinson pairing that people found too irresistible to resist? You know, is this something that is just folded over by the power and weight of all these big summer films, or does it find an audience?
Didn't we see this with that Jason Schwartzman movie?
Jason Sudeikis?
No, it was Jason Schwartzman.
There's been a few orgy
and
comedies
it was Adam
over the years.
Scott.
Oh,
where Adam Scott has a
one.
tiny penis prosthetic in it.
Yes, there was that one. There was another one with Jason Sudeikis that was called like a big old fashioned orgy. There's been some orgy comedies.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that even went to theaters.
But I'm just saying, there's a genre of sort of
there's orgy.
Orgies are funny.
Orgies next door.
This one does have some Sundance buzz. People who've seen it said there was a bidding war as much as there could be Sundance bidding wars these days.
And those are always huge hits.
Well,
because we're still talking about Happy Texas and Hamlet 2.
Hamlet 2. There will be a Hamlet 3 someday. And a Hamnet 2. We'll get all of those.
He's back.
Just do Hamnet 2 as a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. It
ended with his little hand coming out of the grave, though, didn't it?
Yeah, I think
it was a stinger.
People didn't stay for the stinger, but Hamnet's little hand came out of and is just a big claw now.
I'm thinking of The Overnight, starring Adam Scott, Taylor Schilling, Jason Schwartzman.
Yes.
Was that in theaters?
Yes, but it was a very small release.
Okay.
That's what Taylor Schilling said.
Wow.
If this is the summer of the orgy, this film might just be in the right place at the right time. If there's an alien that shows up in this thing to probe these guys, even better. I don't know that that's the case.
Well, the disclosure day that everybody deals with now is their partner saying they want to be polyamorous. That is the disclosure day that everybody either is looking forward to or in their gut terrified of.
Yeah, when you get that document, when your partner hands you the manila envelope and you open it, and inside are a series of pictures of possible boyfriends that she wants to have. That's the ultimate disclosure.
I'm on the apps and it's one of those things where you're all looking for someone, right?
Yeah.
And then there's people who are not happy with just one. They're on there being like, no, I want more. And it's like, can't we be in the front of the line first to get one person? You want several people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, women can have. Listen, okay, Clayton, you see an ad up there on the app, and it's Seth Rogen, Olivia Wilde, Penelope Cruz, and Edward Norton, and they want to have an orgy with you. Is that a yes? Is that a hard yes? All those four guys. All those
How
four
hard
people.
is that? Yes.
Yeah, how hard is it?
Wait, so who is the other woman?
Penelope Cruz and Olivia Wilde, apparently, in this.
I'm good.
So you're not going.
I said I'm good. I don't think I'm good. Yeah, I don't think I want that. No.
Tell your man I'm good.
Tell your man I'm good.
Tell your man I'm
good. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I don't think I want any of that business.
Invite denied. Okay, denied.
So as far as audiences accepting this invite, what does Seth Rogen mean? He's really navigated the comedy star transition well these last 10 years, in that he's pivoted to prestige TV. The Studio is an Emmy winner. It's as big of a hit as comedies on streaming get these days. He's got The Boys. He's become a big producer. Movie star, though, that obviously is not. This is not Neighbors era Seth Rogen anymore, where he opens a movie to $30 million. But he's still very famous. People still really like him. He makes people laugh. Does he get, and this is not a big studio comedy, but yeah, can this open to like 14 million the way the drama got itself into the mid-high teens?
No way. No.
Hey, you guys remember Zach and Mary Make a Porno?
Of course. Very underrated comedy.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith trying to be Apatow.
Yeah. And still didn't even really open that well at all. In fact, it sort of tanked. So you're right.
Yeah.
This probably because of this star power. Now, if it was Zendaya, Robert Pattinson again, they paired up with another couple, let's throw Austin Butler in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney. If this is okay, here's
if
your invite.
Let's cast it. Yeah. Let's recast
It's Zendaya and Robert Pattinson teaming up again. And it's Austin Butler and it's Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, and Sydney Sweeney. This movie makes $100 million.
How hard is that? Yes.
That's a hard yes.
That's a hard yes.
See,
okay. That's the difference.
There it is.
That's a hard yes.
There it is. When Hollywood, when you're rebooting this next year, that's the cast you want to go for.
Yeah. No rebooting or recasting necessary with the Minions opening that first weekend in July. So it opens on the Wednesday, July 1st.
Yep.
Big Minions weekend. So is it official, or have they taken over for Big Willie where the Minions now rule 4th of July? This is their weekend. If Big Willie tried to open a movie on 4th of July weekend against the Minions, would he have to look at that date and say, you know what? It's all yours.
I mean, if it's a Bad Boys movie, maybe.
Yeah, he could do it.
Anything else now?
Okay.
Bad Boys movie
or Men in Black. If he does,
no, I don't think he can do it. Men in Black anymore.
Men in Black got so destroyed,
but not with him or an ID. If they did a proper ID 4-2, then with Will Smith, that's a 4th of July movie. If you did a Men in Black 4. We're not counting international. That didn't happen.
Okay.
That's a 4th of July movie.
That's Answer the Call. That was Answer the Call.
Yeah, that was an Answer the Call. But
he might be pushed back to August, guys. I just think Big Willie, where he is today, outside of Bad Boys, because he's a bad boy. Outside of that, he's an August opener now.
Hitch 2 on a 4th of July. You don't think James is back?
Valentine's Day for sure.
Okay. For sure. So Minions, I mean, this is going to do the same as all the Minions movies, right? It worldwide does 700 to 900 slam doink.
Yeah. I don't see anything. The only thing that I saw from that, and we got a really extended preview. Like I think we saw 45 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
In total. It's kind of actually maybe a little too Hollywood Insider. Actually, that would be my. I loved it because of that. I loved it because of that, because there was a lot of it was hearkening back to the old days of movie making and actually doing plays on honestly film history, which was really cool to see. But do kids care about that? No, they don't give a shit.
Kids love honestly, Cthulhu. Of course they do.
Yeah, sure. They love, but do they love, I mean, I don't even if they know who Charlie Chaplin is anymore. There were scenes straight out of old classic Hollywood films that they were parodying that for sure the kids today don't even know.
But that is what the Minions are, though, is they are a throwback to the silent movie comedy days.
Yeah. But that is, I mean, people like slapstick comedy. That doesn't necessarily mean kids care about like Laurel and Hardy.
No.
So I agree with you. I think the only way this could not do well, Jeff, is if it is too insidery. I do think there is a level of it's bright colors to look at, and kids will like it.
Yeah.
I have no patience for the Minions. Like I understand why.
I was in that boat, but then I saw, and I've only seen one Minions film so far. I have not gone back and watched the other ones, but I saw Minions 2 in theaters. Took my niece, who will remain anonymous. Anonymity is so important. Her first, at the time, she's been to many movies since, but this was her first movie theater experience. Took her to see Minions 2. I love that movie. I didn't get it until then. I saw that, and I get it. And those scenes we saw at CinemaCon, the Minions are hilarious.
Yeah.
I am all on board with the Minions. I cannot wait to see this. The Minions are going to be making a movie inside of a movie. It's Minions meet Babylon. I didn't like Babylon. Minions are going to give us the Babylon we should have got.
Don't say that in public if you want this movie to do well. That it is Minions meet Babylon.
It doesn't matter because everyone's going to go see it. It's a Minions
You're right.
movie.
Like 800 million worldwide is probably what it's going to do anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They could have made anything. They could have remade Clockwork Orange, but had the Minions in it. It still would make.
I would love to see that.
I think we all.
And you know what was great? The director of the movie was on stage at CinemaCon, almost like narrating the whole movie. He would show a scene and then he would say, and this is what happens next, and then shows us another scene and basically told us the whole story of the movie. His excitement was infectious. You know, sometimes you get these IP and you could tell, like with Jackass, where they're at gunpoint to fulfill a contract.
Tired. Yeah.
The Minions team, they seem like they are still loving every second of dealing with the Minions. So I think it's going to be no downturn yet for these Minions. Anything opening big against them that weekend?
Young Washington.
Young Washington. Well, here we go. Angel Studios, their big push has been, let's make Young Washington the biggest movie for the single day of Saturday, July 4th.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love their scams.
Because they know that the Minions open on the Wednesday, July 1st.
Yeah.
And so that Saturday is day 4 of the Minions. I mean, even with the scam, even with the push, is there any way that on that single day, Young Washington sells more tickets than the Minions?
I'll say this.
Okay.
No effing way in hell.
I know.
I love it.
If they were so ballsy, here's ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
Angel Studios. Guys, you know what we're going to do? We're not going to open on Friday. We're going to hold because the demand is so much. We're going to open on Saturday.
I love that.
Only on Saturday. That's what you do if you think you got the shit. That's what you do.
Yeah.
They don't. They're opening on Friday traditionally, and then they're not going to have a chance.
But isn't that
in the middle of summer on July 4th? Hell no.
isn't that more a problem with like the theater and the idea that you would have to tell a 14-year-old, 15-year-old kid, don't put that hard drive in on Friday. You have to wait till Saturday. And they're like,
what?
What?
But I do Friday.
But Friday. And they're picking their nose.
Yeah.
Thursday night, though. You know, like, so I think that's the problem. But I love that. I mean, there is something about Angel Studios where they're like, we want to just beat the Minions on one day.
Mm-hmm.
Just feels so much like it's run by the character that John Goodman played in Matinee, where it's just like it's always something. Just like have tingle seats under there.
Yeah.
Like everybody can have like wooden teeth to put in.
Every Angel Studios movie should have a smell-o-vision card.
Yeah, like I just love that about them. I do think they should have something where if you have wooden teeth, you get in free.
Yes.
That would be great. That would be great.
Or at least like free
if you could bring
popcorn.
Yeah, and a free cherry tree to every person who buys a ticket.
Yes.
You know? That would be cool.
Yeah, show
really
proof
cool.
that you chop down a cherry tree.
Yeah,
and
you
we'll,
get in for free.
Yeah.
You get it for free.
Any sort of
popcorn.
like overperforming potential with Young Washington?
Possibly. Yeah. I actually think that it's better than Animal Farm. Let's say that, right?
Yeah.
That-
A couple of years ago, you came out.
Mea culpa.
You came on the show after you had been to CinemaCon the year The Flash came out.
Yeah. And I was sold on it. I was sold on it. They got me, man.
They were, and I've been to CinemaCon, and we talked then about how they're pumping in.
They get
hype
you
in the vents.
Yeah.
They do that at CinemaCon, and this year for me, the hype was Animal Farm.
Pat.
I thought Animal Farm was going to be talking animals, animated, open big.
There's a difference here. Tom Cruise said The Flash was a great movie.
He also said Animal Farm was great.
No, he didn't. He didn't have a comment on Animal Farm. He learned his lesson. You learned nothing.
I
Matt,
learned that
did
the hype is
you
real.
go? Did you go into the studio suite? Because Angel Studios has their own little suite that you can walk into, and they give you little treats from God in there. And I didn't know if you secretly went in there without me, maybe, Pat, and that's how they got to you.
I drank from. Well, they have the cup. You could
chalice.
drink from. You could drink
the chalice.
from the chalice, and it's Hawaiian punch.
Oh yeah. Well, they got you
was
there.
great.
They got you.
They got me.
Yeah.
and the little Nilla wafers, but they just Oreo cookies.
They literally had you drink the Hawaiian Punch, which is the saying.
Yeah. I'll say this though about Angel Studios: at least they show up to CinemaCon, right? And they've been going on. So kudos to them for showing up, and they're trying. Hey, let's be honest, they're trying different things here, which is cool.
Yeah,
you like to see that in terms of, getting this slate, this theatrical slate that we have, and then we don't have enough movies. And I like what Angel Studios is doing is that they're offering a lot of different genres right now. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. July 10th. So the big movie is Moana. We'll talk about that in a second. But Evil Dead Burn, I think this is going to be and again, at the level that this movie is, this feels like a slam doink overperformer, or at least just this will be a hit. Evil Dead.
It's in a great spot.
Great spot.
Yeah.
All these kids movies giving us some gore. The Purge movies have done well in the past in that early July slot, and I think Evil Dead is going to give us horror people. They don't just die off once the summer movie season starts. And just hibernate till October. If you give them horror in July, they're going to go see it. And we saw this at CinemaCon. This looked really good. It looked like it's going to give you what what's interesting now is the Evil Dead movies have, if this hits, transitioned into being a franchise that is separate from Bruce Campbell having to be in them, Sam Raimi directing them. It's now just like Evil Dead is a brand.
Yeah.
And it's a place and some, the visual elements that have to be in them. But it is like become a brand in a way that some other bigger horror franchises weren't able to do.
I mean,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't a brand that ever does anything at the box office. But Evil Dead works now.
Well, so Evil Dead Rise, which is a movie that came out in 2023 that was supposed to be a streaming movie. Warner Brothers pivoted to theatrical, opened to 24.5, legged out to 67.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that really was the one.
Yes.
That was the one that said, you can do an Evil Dead movie that is not attached to what you think an Evil Dead should be, which is in a cabin, right?
Yeah.
So right now, the buzz is really good on the new one. The trailers have a hit.
Looks good.
I'm going to say this because for the longest time, I always thought of Scream as the franchise that was sort of like the platinum gold standard horror franchise because they'd never had a bad movie. Mm-hmm. They had figured out with 5 how to come back from oblivion. That is no longer the case. 7 is terrible. 8 is a question mark. Who even knows what it's going to be? And if anybody is, people may care, but it's not going to be good. Evil Dead now has really taken over the mantle of never having a bad movie.
Never.
Even you got the first one is what it is. The second is a stone cold classic. Every horror fan has to watch.
Yeah.
It's one of the only horror comedies that works. Army of Darkness, that's like the Scream 4 of the franchise. People either like it or don't like it, but I think people have come around to thinking it's really great. The remake was awesome, and then Rise, and now this. I mean, I think if this movie is great or very, very good, this is the most consistent horror franchise that we have.
Hey, Pat, didn't they showed a couple death scenes from Evil Dead Burn, and the audience was very squeamish when we saw these, right?
Yes, yeah.
And this looked, it just, you're right, Clayton, this is just like taking the Final Destination. They kind of say, oh, the Final Destination works because of this. We're going to give audiences a little bit of that with a little Evil Dead twist on it.
Yeah, that's great. They can keep doing that. They can keep taking other sort of horror genre tropes and giving it the Evil Dead twist.
Yeah, as long as you have the Deadites and you've got once a movie or twice a movie, you do the Sam Raimi camera whipping through an environment shot. And you got the Book of the Dead.
Oh, you mean the wild boar shot from Send Help?
And the wild boar shot from Send Help.
Yeah.
You
classic. As long as add those. You can now move Evil Dead to different locations. So that Evil Dead Rise opens to, would you say 22, 23?
24.
July 10th. This could open around or bigger because it's the summer, right? Could this open like 25 million?
Yeah, I think 25 is a good place to shoot.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And let's not forget Evil Dead Wrath opens the next year in April. Not even a year later.
And that's Raimi.
No, it's somebody else.
Okay.
Raimi is producing.
Okay.
But Raimi will if this does well and that does well, maybe he comes back for one more round of it, which would be great,
Yeah.
Evil Dead sass. Maybe he gets a little sass in there.
Yes. And what's great is this is also opening in between or at the same time as big, just kids movies. You got Minions July 1st and then July 10th, same weekend as Evil Dead. It is
Gail
Moana.
Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, Gail Daughtry, real quick, David Wayne.
We'll see
one
it.
of the greatest. We're going to see it.
Opening
I hope it's
weekend.
Good. I've heard from someone who saw it who would be inclined to like it that he was meh at best on it. So that's not what you want to hear. The great Zoe Deutsch. Listen, we'll see it. It's
100%.
David Wayne. We're going to see it. But Moana, July 10th. This is going to be huge because it's Moana. It kind of, though, does have some big... I mean, here's the big issue with this movie. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and that effing wig. He feels like the problem, if there is a problem with this movie. But does that matter, Jeff?
I think what matters more is that Moana 2 just came out. And people love the first animated movie so much that I know...
It doesn't matter.
I know that doesn't matter, but there's not been as long of a sort of gap from the Lilo and Stitch sort of cartoon to live action.
Well, you don't need a gap between that. Like every year, it's more.
No. I mean the gap between the animated version and the live action version.
Yeah.
To a lot of people, this is going to feel like there was no gap.
Yeah.
And people want a gap.
But
I want a gap.
But do kids want a gap? That's what
matters.
matters.
That's a whole different thing.
It's a kids' movie.
Well, and
I don't think kids are as interested in gap.
This is the biggest question mark of the summer for me, really, because I agree with all those things. Like, this isn't a continuation. This is going back, and we've seen this one so many times. But you're right, Clayton. Does it even matter? You're throwing out Moana. It's a Disney remake. It's obviously hugely popular. Could this just get to like Disney does? Could this just make $1 billion and we just barely blink our eyes and we're like, oh God, Moana made another bill?
I think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to make $1 billion.
I think it will. I think it's going to be a movie that kind of the critical community just tears apart. This isn't necessary, all that stuff. And I think the people who go see it aren't going to say this is the greatest, but you're going to turn around. It's made $1 billion. I think it's a slam doink.
Because what did Lilo and Stitch do?
Lilo is $1 billion baby.
Did it do 1 point? What did it do? Like 1 point? Was it a big? Was it way over?
No, I think it just
Moana
went over.
Is just so big with kids. It's the most popular thing on Disney Plus since the day the service launched. Moana is just got the songs. Those songs work more than any songs from a Disney movie other than Frozen in the last 20, 30 years. It doesn't matter that kids just saw Moana 2 a year and a half ago. They want to see more.
I want to go see Moana. Yeah. It's a long summer, and that is in the part of the summer where parents are like, I don't give a shit. Just get out of the house.
Yes.
Get out of the house.
It's so hot. It's July.
Go see Evil Dead Burn. Oh, I can't get into that. Okay, then go see Moana, you stupid yelling thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Said by a true parent.
You broke 3 iPads this summer, and I'm not going to give you another one.
No, go. Use your AMC pass. Go to Moana 4 times this week. I don't care.
So my mom, past and future guest, Mama Stango, took my 3 nieces, her 3 grandchildren to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie about a month ago. So it's the 8-year-old who's been to movies, the 6-year-old now been to many movies. She also took the 3-year-old. to her first movie, Super Mario Galaxy. She's like, you got to take me, you got to take me. Took her. The trailer for Moana starts. And apparently this kid was like loving it, freaking out. Is this going to be Moana? So disappointed that the movie she was about to see would not be Moana. But all to say is this 3-year-old does not care that Moana 2 came out a year and a half ago or that she has already seen animated Moana 100 times. She cannot wait till July 10th to sit in a movie theater, see The Rock in his stupid effing wig, and see Moana. And I don't think she's the only one. This is going to make $1 billion.
Okay.
No one's going to like it?
It's going to be big, but I don't think it's going to make $1 billion. I just don't.
It is of the big ones that could make that kind of money. It is probably the biggest question mark because it could really be terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters if it's terrible. It's going to be terrible. There's no way it's good.
There's levels of terrible though.
It's as good as the animated one.
It's going to be as good as It's going to be as good as Lion King.
And Lion King made $1 billion, right?
Yeah.
I just think Disney's kind of slamming it with these ones. Tangled will make $1 billion when they get that one going too. They just know how to do these things right now, the way that they don't know how to do Marvel.
I think Tangled, when they do the live action Tangled, I actually think that has the potential to be better than some of these. And because it has the Lilo and Stitch thing of like there actually has been a gap since the animated and this. Yeah. And it's got an actual star part. Like the Tangled live action remake could be.
It could be frozen big.
It could be frozen big. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
They gotta make sure that they're casting somebody that people want to see in that part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that of all these live action remakes, the Beauty and the Beast, where they had Hermione play that part, was sort of like the perfect zone for those type of movies.
And it was the first one or one of the first ones. Too.
Yeah. All right.
Guys,
July is gigantic.
Hold on. They cast this already. Tegan Croft from Titans.
I don't know who
is cast as Rapunzel. I don't know who Tegan Croft is.
All right. Well, then that's
so.
That
so
means
we can talk about
anyone.
that later.
Titans.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Old
Titans
Tegan Croft. Just Titans. Whatever Titans is.
Okay.
I think Titans was the fucking DC show that was on.
Oh God, Tegan. But her name's Tegan. That's a great name.
That's a great name.
If Sarah ain't there, I'm not down with it.
Yeah.
Catherine Hahn as Mother Goth.
Jeez. Okay. Do you want to take that Billy back?
No, I'm leaving it in there, man. It doesn't matter who's casting this, honestly.
I want Pat. You take that Billy back.
Do you think she's going to force one nude scene in this Disney live action remake movie?
Yeah.
So
here it comes, the snore of the summer.
July 17th.
I'm going to take a nap.
Snore of the summer.
Hey,
God.
Wait a minute. Where's your Odyssey hat? Where's your Odyssey hat, Clayton?
We gave that.
I gave that to a different friend who's getting married in a few weeks. Actually, gave it to him at his bachelor party.
Oh, that's nice. Did he appreciate it? Did he
appreciate that? He got a CinemaCon swag bag at his bachelor party.
And by the end of it, all he was wearing was that Odyssey hat.
That's it? No pants. No pants.
Oh, no shirt, no pants.
It got wild.
Oh, wow.
All service.
And the two gifts that this friend got, the Odyssey hat and the Was Up Scary Movie shirt.
Oh, yeah. The extra large. Right?
He's wearing as a sleep shirt when he passed out on a sidewalk in front of a strip club. Yeah.
That's great.
He had to use it as a rag. I hope you don't mind.
It had to be done. July 17th, The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. And Clayton's thing is when we say The Odyssey, he falls asleep. So, Jeff, you and I can talk about this. It's got every star.
Everybody.
I keep forgetting Zendaya is in this movie with Tom Holland.
Anne Hathaway.
Matt Damon is the lead. So when you look at the Nolan range, there's Dark Knight Batman movies. 1.4 billion. High end, but that's IP. That's Batman, the gold standard of IP. Then you've got Inception, Interstellar, or what? Like in the mid hundreds of millions worldwide. Maybe
Yeah.
Interstellar maybe only did like 300. Inception probably did what, like 500. Is Odyssey going to be bigger than Oppenheimer? That's the question. Everyone kind of feels like Oppenheimer was his crown jewel, and now Odyssey's an even bigger IP than the guy who invented the bomb.
It's bigger. And in Clayton's defense, though, here, haven't we all fallen asleep in a classroom when we're reading the Odyssey or talking about we've all fallen asleep, right? Come on.
But this is a movie theater.
I know, but it's also, it could be a 3-hour and 30-minute film. You might have to take a snooze in the middle of this, right?
Couldn't he adapt a book that kids want to read, like Holes? Just remake Holes. Why isn't he remaking Holes with all these actors?
Couldn't he have convinced...
Have each one of them dig in a hole?
Yeah, well, I mean, even Calvin and Hobbes, the movie. I mean, maybe he could get into Bill Watterson and say, Bill, it's time, man. It's time.
Yeah,
let's do Calvin and Hobbes live action.
Yeah.
But Tom Holland is in this. Elliot Page is Robert
in this.
Pattinson. Benny Safdie.
They got Benny Safdie.
Well, he's holding. Well, he's
holding the boom.
He's booming. He boomed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got Benny. Yeah. Mia Goth. I mean, come on, guys. John Leguizamo. I mean, you guys. Everybody's in this.
Travis Scott.
Yeah. Look at this. I mean, this
Lil
cast
Yachty is in it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I Show Speed.
I Show Speed.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Lupita's in this.
Lupita.
Himesh Patel. Come on.
It is wild.
Yeah.
That Lupita, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway. Wait, is Charlize Theron also in this?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yes, she is.
Is this start to feel like it is a night of too many stars, or what was the show? The celebrity. Remember when the celebrities would like dirt bike against each other? It wasn't called Celebrity Olympics.
Oh, Battle of the Network Stars.
Battle of the Network Stars.
Oh, yeah.
The Odyssey is starting to feel like Battle of the Network Stars. There's too many stars.
You didn't even mention
these guys all die.
Barenthal.
They all die too, right?
Barenthal's in it. Alfonso Ribeira's in it, right?
Ribeira, yeah. If Linda Carter was in this movie in a bikini or in a one piece, then we're talking.
Okay.
Then maybe I'll go see it.
But she might be. I mean, it's possible.
Is Willie Ames in it? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Buddy Lembeck.
Buddy Lembeck, yes, of course.
Oh, a small role, but yes.
You have to have Scott Baio and Buddy Lembeck in that Trojan horse. This is like the perfect.
Just in the background.
Put Lenny and Squiggy in there. It's got to be. They got to send that.
Wayne and Garth. Harvey and Myers together. Yeah. They're all in the Trojan horse.
Bill and Ted, for sure.
Yes. Is Keanu in this? It feels like Keanu would be in this, right?
He is.
He's Wolf Boy in it.
Yeah. Oh, he's a dog boy.
He's
from
Dog Boy.
Freaks. Yeah.
I think Mel Gibson is in this. He's in the Trojan horse too. So yeah, they just fit everybody who's anybody at any time in this film. Yeah, can it make more than 500? Yeah, I think that's a slam dunk. It's going to make more than 500 million. Does it hit a Billy though? Does it get past Oppenheimer because of how good that was? Doubtful. Like
it doesn't have Barbie. Of course, it's not going to make as much as Oppenheimer. It doesn't have Barbie.
Yeah. Well, but honestly, 750 sounds pretty damn good for this thing, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
And it does have. It opens July 17th. I think the big things it has going for it is 2 weeks of exclusive IMAX and 2 weeks of until Spider-Man gets there on the 20 or 31st. It is the big non sort of family summer action movie that's out there. You know, because like you said, it's Minions.
It has 2 weeks to itself in IMAX, which is rare in the summertime.
Yep. It's Minions, Moana, which are going to be gigantic, Evil Dead, which is going to be big for a horror movie, but like Odyssey in the middle of July, it is the big, real people. For adults and teens action summer movie. So I think it's gonna be bigger than Oppenheimer in the first few weeks. I think
first couple weeks.
The first couple of weeks, like 2 weeks in, you're going to say, oh, this is made more than Oppenheimer has at the same point.
Yeah.
And then the question is, does it continue? Because Oppenheimer held like a son of a gun. But I don't know if are people going to love the Odyssey? We'll find out. So many stars, though. The question is it too many stars? That's going to be
Alf
something
in
to
it?
track. Alf's got to be in the horse.
I guess the other thing is that
Alf
comes
should
up.
just be a monster that he like fights along the way. It's like, oh shit, this is Alf is here now, and he's got a riddle.
In 2 weeks, unfortunately, it goes up against Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which I think will be the biggest film of the summer, total gross wise, and that's a problem because it loses all its big screens. Probably never comes back to those big screens. And that's why I think there is a shelf life for the Odyssey, because it doesn't quite have the pull or like he said, Oppenheimer might be his best film he's ever directed, and it is hard to follow that up with, oh no, this is actually the best film he's ever directed. Like, it just doesn't happen that way. We know this from film history.
Talk about, going back to the kid test, how many people had the Odyssey open, and inside the Odyssey was a Spidey-Man comic. I did it. You did it.
Everybody did.
We all did it.
Guilty.
And that's what people are going to want. They're going to be like, Odyssey, I'd rather be reading a Spidey comic.
Yeah. And that's the problem. That's why we won't get the Odyssey sequel. We won't get Greek gods and monsters. It's not going to happen.
So Spider-Man, Brand New Day, biggest movie of the summer. Is it going to be the biggest movie of the year? Is July 31st, Spider-Man, Brand New Day? It will be bigger than Doomsday. I think there's slam doing.
100% bigger than Doomsday, yes.
So there's obviously always like Toy Story 5 could go nuts and pull an Inside Out 2. That's possible. But right now, if we had a gun to our head, would we all say Spider-Man Brand New Day, biggest movie this summer and probably biggest movie of the year?
I would say biggest of 2026.
Yeah.
So nothing going against it. And then it rides out into August, which it's just going to slam. It's just going to slam all these films that are trying to open in August.
Yeah.
Just week to week. It's just, they're going to demolish every one of these. Let's see. It could be first for the entire August, actually. It could be number one throughout for 5 straight weeks.
What do we okay, before we get into August, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, there's no possible like obstacle for this.
No.
There's nothing. Is there a worry that there's not like a great new element to this movie? Because who was the villain in this? Is there a new star that's not
We
been
didn't even see that. If there is, we didn't really see it in the trailer they showed at Cinema.
There is a villain, I think it's Ezekiel or something. It's from the comic books.
But not a big new movie star who's never been in these.
No, not that they're revealing.
It's not a Lobo. It's not a Lobo type reveal unless they're saving it.
So it really is just like the gang's back together.
Yeah.
Zendaya is a bigger star now than she was whenever the last Spider-Man movie came out.
And she's dating somebody else. And oh God,
so he's the villain.
So mad. Yeah.
I love that at CinemaCon, the scene they showed us was just Tom Holland and Zendaya hanging out at a college party, just talking.
And him being pissed off that, she's seeing someone else and doesn't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. They know what they got. They know what they got.
Talk about special screenings. They should have special screenings for you can fast forward through the superhero bullshit and then just go straight to the Zendaya, Tom Holland maskless parts.
Yeah.
Do that in the middle of August.
Clayton, that's the good stuff. We all know it. Yeah. And that's why Spider-Man, out of all of these superhero films, actually still works as a film. You know?
Yeah, there's nobody out of costume we want to see in Doomsday. There's like nobody that we'd be like, I wonder what they're doing at home. We don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see what Orko's doing under that, that little dress that he wears.
I think we know what Orko's doing.
Yeah.
I think we know.
That's why he's not allowed in the live action movies.
That's why, you're right. That's why he's not allowed.
I think it's the same thing our buddy was doing at the bachelor party.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Under the 3XL was up shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this Spider-Man Brand New Day going to be the biggest movie this summer. So is that then all theaters need to rake in money over the course of August? Because like you said, there's not a Guardians of the Galaxy or even a Bullet Train sort of like first weekend in August still a giant new release, right? Like we don't. I mean, obviously that's a wide range. Guardians is way bigger than Bullet Train, but there's not anything like
there's
that.
Nothing.
In
there's
the
nothing
month
like
of August.
Insidious. Out of the further might be the biggest film that opens in August,
and that's like an open. Like, okay, we'll go through some of the big ones, but just month of August, all the new releases. Which movie opens the biggest, and what is that number? Anything. We're ending this on the weekend of August 28th. Will be the last weekend we cover on this episode. So, what is the biggest new release of August? Is it the Insidious?
Yeah,
sequel?
I mean, Insidious by far.
Anything has a chance to be a bigger new August release than that?
I mean, listen, the last Insidious opened with 33 million, right? So you're looking at a $30 million opener, and I don't see anything unless somehow Ketchup Entertainment convinces us that Coyote vs. Acme is what everybody has to see. But unfortunately, Looney Tunes are just not what they once were. I mean, I can't wait to see Coyote vs. Acme, but nobody else, besides us three, I don't think anybody else is really going to that. And Dog Stars,
Will Forte star will open to 30 million. I mean, I love Will Forte, but
I do. I think 5 million. But Dog Stars, like we saw a little trailer of that at CinemaCon. That's going to be a big bomb for Ridley Scott. They don't release that on Labor Day unless they know that's already going to be a bomb.
Who was the star of that? It was a real star.
Josh Brolin.
Oh, Josh Brolin, but wasn't there a younger star?
Robert Pattinson's in it. Oh no, what's his face? Is Frankenstein in that?
Yes. Was that Jacob Elordi?
Jacob Elordi's in it.
That's a. I mean, he'll be able to hide that. You know, it's like Austin Butler had his Labor Day movie, but that feels like Jacob Elordi not following up on his last year very well.
Like, but that's okay because Labor Day we can sweep it under the carpet and just say, hey, he got to work with Ridley Scott.
You have to do that.
Yeah, you do.
So on the 7th, One Night Only, which is a Will Gluck directed movie, which Will Gluck also directed Anyone But You.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem with this movie. This doesn't star Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney. It stars Monica Barbaro, who we all liked from the Dylan movie.
She's great in that, and she's great in the trailer and the scenes we saw at CinemaCon. I think the problem is
Caleb Turner.
Caleb Turner is a big zilch.
I mean, you could have put Pat Stango in there. It might have actually made more if he was the love interest.
I mean,
Pat Stango has a following from this show. From his days doing comedy in the Lower East Side. And I know Lorne Michael's going to say, no one cares about what happens under 14th Street.
Yeah.
But there are people who care.
There's people who care.
And there would have been fans of the B.O. Boys who were like, Pat and Monica Barbaro, I like that mix. I think me and her would have had just dynamite chemistry.
And then here's
we would have had her on the show to promote, which I mean now is Caleb Turner getting her on any podcast? Probably not.
And the thing is, the rest of the cast, you got Maya Hawke, Anxiety herself.
Yeah.
Julia Fox.
Okay.
Right?
We all want to see what she's, up to these days.
King Princess, big musician.
Oh, King Princess is in there? Yes.
Ben Marshall.
Oh, please don't.
Please don't destroy. Ziwa, one of the best interviewers.
Okay.
Going.
Okay.
Molly Ringwald. Who here is not going to go see a Molly Ringwald movie?
Yeah, it's a movie like
LeVar Burton, who taught us how to read.
God.
She taught us how to feel. He taught us how to read. How do we not see this movie?
I wish Jacob Elordi was in this instead of the Dog Stars.
Yeah. The only problem.
And I bet the producers wish that too, because Caleb Turner is not selling Pat Stango tickets.
No.
It's not.
No.
And here's the tagline could be, get some stang on your hang low. Get some Stango on your hang low.
Okay, that could have been the tagline.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That would have been it.
And they would have, listen, Pat's now been to CinemaCon and you were there. People came up to you. You were kind of a minor superstar celebrity that was available to people, just the random people, right? You were out there. And that definitely increased your profile. They might want to recast this. They could do it.
I'm available for reshoots with Monica Barbaro, 100%.
Because this could be a big New York set, comedy now, I think.
Well, but you could only do it on nights and weekends because you do, listen, you're busy.
I'm busy, but
reshoots have to be nights and weekends.
I would do that. So it's got a cool premise in that it's the purge for nutting, right? That there's only one night a year when single people could nut. And it's a cool premise. The thing is, we saw the trailer for this and the scenes, and it is billed as a rom-com, but it's one of those sort of modern rom-coms that really doesn't have any com in it. And I think that's going to happen when Callum Turner is your lead, instead of back when you used to have rom-coms where Billy Crystal or Tom Hanks, funny people, would be the lead, or Hugh Grant.
I mean, they could have got some SNL person to be in. Like, they could have done a better job. That's the problem.
I mean, but who are you getting from this SNL? Like, who would anybody want to kiss on this cast on the male side?
It should have been.
You had fucking Mikey Day.
It should have been Tim Robinson and Monica Barbaro. There's your movie, and it's the purge for nothing.
Could we just do Colin Jost? I mean, let's just bring him in there. I mean, he would have been better. I mean, come on.
He's not a great actor.
How about bring Kenan Thompson in there? Just why not?
Did you see Staten Island Summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. Why would I even? Of course you saw Staten Island Summer. We all saw Staten Island Summer.
So this is good August counter programming, I guess, in that. But you know what? The people want a relationship movie. They're going to see Spider-Man: Brand New Day again. I think. In some ways, you feel like, oh, this is a rom-com, it's counter-programming, but the young people going to a date movie are just going to want to see Zendaya and Tom Holland in either the Odyssey or Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
August 7th, too, and then we'll move on. Sneaky movie being released by Mubi.
Okay.
Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma. This is the TV Glow director's follow-up.
Jane Schoenberg, yes.
Which was a movie that everybody who saw really, really loved.
Yeah.
I thought was really great. And if Mubi can get their act together, I'm upset that this is a Mubi release because they couldn't get Die My Love. I mean, that's a horrible movie, but they couldn't get that to be a hit. They had J-Law in I'm wondering what the penetration on this movie is going to be.
But they had the Demi Moore movie, which was the Substance, which was a huge hit and is, I think, more in line with what this is going to be. Like,
yes.
Die My Love is not commercial at all. It's from the, We Need to Talk About Kevin director. I think, for what this movie is, I agree. This could, and it's got Hannah Einbinder, who is like just become the cool comedy actor person of the moment.
Guys, I mean, I hate to break up this party that you guys are having with this film, but this sounds like, if you guys, were doing like improv in New York and you thought you were like a thing, that's what this film feels like. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody outside of that circle in New York really cares that this film even exists. I'm just saying you're opening this film. Mubi's trying to open this film against 5 other wide releases that same weekend. You got Fall 2, you got Ice Cream Man, One Night Only, Super Troopers 3, Bleecker Street's putting out this thing called The Third Parent with Rob Lowe in it. And you're trying to open Teenage Sex and Death nobody cares, man. Nobody cares.
I love
it. Doesn't matter.
Jeff gave us the Lorne Michaels. Nobody cares what happens below 14th Street.
Yeah. Nobody cares. And sorry, guys. I had to, only because Mubi doesn't seem to realize that there's already 5 wide releases. Sorry, mosquito.
Super Troopers 3. Does that matter? Is this still a thing? This Broken Lizard Super Troopers? I know they seem like nice guys or they're monsters. Who knows? But they're good TV directors and.
That's always what you want to hear with a comedy troupe, is that they're all nice guys, right? That's how I feel about this Broken Lizard. Like, I root for them because there's got to be people who think they're funny, but I have never laughed at a single Listen, I never saw Slam and Salmon, so maybe I should shut my fucking mouth.
No,
but these guys have
you're
never
right.
made me laugh ever in any way, and they still get. Maybe it's just because they're nice and they're easy to work with.
I don't know. I agree with you, Clayton. It's a weird thing. Like, I want to laugh. I go into their films really, oh, this is the one that really connects with me, and they never connect. I just don't get it. But someone out there is loving them.
Yeah, even the original Super Troopers. I remember seeing that trailer and being like, oh, well, this definitely is my shit. And then saw it and didn't laugh once. And then I had people in college be like, you got to watch it again. You have to watch it again. Yeah. And then they had Club Dread, which I was like, oh, that looks awesome. Yeah. And I watched it and it stunk.
Yeah. I think with Super Troopers, we always have it was the same Sundance and opened the same year as Wet Hot.
Mm-hmm. And we were a little salty that Wet Hot
didn't get the Super Troopers
rollout. But
so Super Troopers 2 came out in the before times, April of 2018.
BC.
And that opened to 15 million.
Yeah, that's huge.
And then, big decline, 75% drop after that second weekend. But is that fan base still alive? Here's the question for Super Troopers.
Well, they're watching Tacoma FD or whatever show that they made. I mean, they have a fan base. It's not going to open to 15. We don't live in that world anymore.
8 million maybe. 8 is a good number. 8 because there's, like I said, there's 6 other films opening that weekend. Fall 2 will probably do better than all of those. Well,
have you guys seen the original Fall?
I saw Fall in theaters, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah,
so I think kids have liked this thing. So Fall 2 could be the secret number one behind Spider-Man, obviously.
And Fall is a movie, again, a little anecdotal, but my wife,
your wife,
Borat, she saw Fall, and she's not a horror person, does not like these, but she was on a plane on one of her many trips, and she for whatever reason, put Fall on. Yeah. Came back raving. So she loved Fall. And
it's a great concept.
This is a situation where now August, Fall 2 is coming out. I could say to my wife, let's go see Fall 2. And she might say, I'll go see that. She also might say, I'm good.
Yeah.
But she might also say,
I'm good.
Yeah.
She might say, let's get that popcorn bucket too. That fall popcorn bucket. She might.
So listen, August in general is sort of, this weekend is indicative of what August is, which is they're throwing a lot of shit against the wall.
Can I go August 14th? My bomb of the summer next to Masters of the Universe. The end of Oak Street is going to eat so much shit. No one cares.
No, me and Jeff.
This thing is going to eat shit.
You are stomping your feet.
Clayton, if you only would have been at CinemaCon with us. Pat.
All right.
Looks great.
All right, Harry Knowles, give me the pitch for why this movie is going to be huge.
We are not in Rascals. You can see my legs.
I can't see I cannot see Jeff Bock of Exhibitor Relations.
He's not in a Rascal. This is not a Harry Knowles situation.
You don't know.
Listen, I'll say this.
Maybe he straightened his hair because his hair could have been curly.
Yeah, it could have been. Listen. Get that hair out of there. This is Dino Weekend. Like, End of Oak Street is really a dinosaur movie.
Yes.
And it's opening with Paw Patrol, the Dino movie.
Weekend.
It has a glimpse of a fucking tail of a dinosaur in the trailer.
Lizard.
It's a Dino movie.
So this is our Jurassic Park this summer. It's split into 2 films: the kid film, the kid version, Paw Patrol. It'll do great numbers as Paw Patrol does, and then End of Oak Street, which is like this J.J. Abrams film, just kind of out of nowhere. Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway just bookending her summer. Prada. She starts with Prada. She gets in the Odyssey, and now she's doing the surprise hit of August, the End of Oak Street.
I'm sorry. Now who's visiting Camp Miasma? I think Jeff. I think you have to you have to wake up and smell the tea leaves here. Nobody cares. This guy, the guy who did Under the Silver Lake, a movie that I still think about. I hate that movie so much. I love it though. I'll watch it. I'll go back and watch that movie, and I hate it so much. I just think it's an Andrew Garfield performance for the ages. He's beating up little kids in the street. He's committed to this buffoonery the whole time, this guy.
I'm telling you, your love for that film will translate into this one, and you will say this is cinema.
And it's Anne Hathaway, who is going to be coming off of Devil Wears Prada 2, just a triumphant return. Then Odyssey, where she gets she's going to play whatever beautiful mythical god queen who knows. I don't remember who she is in that, but she'll be great. And then it's going to ride right into now she's in an effing dinosaur movie.
It's not you're really doing a disservice to our audience. It is not a dinosaur movie. You get a glimpse of a dinosaur's ass in this trailer. It's going to be for a split second. This guy is not going to give you what you want. The Under the Silver Lake guy is not going to give you a fucking fun dinosaur movie.
Dinosaur. And it might be a Godzilla movie. It might be a Godzilla movie of the summer, too.
Is it a Secret Cloverfield movie?
Yeah, we don't know what this is. That's what's so beautiful. And guys,
people love movies that they don't know what it is from a creator, from a director that they don't trust.
Yes, and it was filmed for IMAX.
Yes.
This is showing up on IMAX screen because that's where you put dinosaur movies.
Biggest opening weekend of August.
Trolled.
This is going to be it. This is going to be bigger than Insidious. This is
the biggest 50 million opener.
Yeah.
August.
Wow. So Paw Patrol, let's talk about Paw Patrol. These movies, I know the dino is an ad. Before they made him, they're always fascist cops, and then they did the second movie where they were robo fascist cops.
Yeah.
And now they're fascist dog cops that have dino friends.
Yes.
I think this does what a Paw Patrol movie does.
Yeah.
22 million. 22 maybe.
Because the Paw Patrol franchise, I don't think has had any like spikes with kids, and I don't think they've had any like controversies. Like none of the Paw Patrol characters have been caught on Epstein's list or anything.
Theaters.
Yeah.
And nobody defunded the Paw Patrol movie franchise, right? That hasn't happened.
Yeah, they're still fully budgeted.
All colors are represented here.
So that'll do what it does. Is there anything brink of war? Ronald Reagan back on screen. This time it's Jeff Daniels is playing Reagan. And it's him averting a nuclear war with Russia. Was there like a moment where that almost happened like the next day? I mean, I know it was always in the air, but
isn't this by Angel Studios again?
Yeah, there's an Angel Studios movie.
Yeah.
But it is a thing of we're getting our second Ronald Reagan in only like 3 years. Why did
it might be too much? It might be a little too much Reagan.
Is it the recasting? And we all love Jeff Daniels, but it feels like it starts to become Batman in the 90s, where now it's like, it went from Val Kilmer, now it's Clooney. It's like we're getting too many different Reagans.
Mm-hmm. This is the Val Kilmer. This is the Val Kilmer because Keaton is Quaid.
Okay.
Right? He's our Reagan.
Dennis Quaid played Reagan.
And now all of a sudden you're getting Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but the Val Kilmer Batman Forever was a huge hit.
It was, but I don't think people love Val Kilmer as Batman.
Yeah, but it was a big hit. So if Jeff Daniels is not the Clooney.
Well, the third one is going to be Clooney. Next year, Clooney will play Reagan and it'll bomb.
Yeah. Because he'll play him like mocking him, and there's no audience. Like people are gonna be like, no one wants.
Oh, they're also gonna be like, Reagan didn't have teeth like that.
Yeah.
Hey, does Gorbachev make an appearance in this movie?
Oh, Gorbachev has got to be like the
who's playing Gorbachev? Like that's what I want to know.
Gorbachev is being played by is it J.K. Simmons? Jared Harris. Okay.
Oh, it's Jared Harris.
Yeah.
Jared Harris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope Davis as Nancy.
And J.K.
Reagan.
Simmons is in this.
Oh, that's big for me. Hope Davis
this is a good cast.
One of my guys, let's just say.
I mean, Hope Davis being in this cast really does add something here. And Jeff Daniels, because like this doesn't feel like
J.K. Simmons. Here's one I think we're all going to Aya Cash is in this.
Schwing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I never say Schwing on this show, but Schwing.
Well, yeah, you swinged it. You just swinged it for an Angel Studios movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
swingable cast. Hope Davis and Aya Cash.
It's 2.5 hours in. If you're hardcore fans listening to this preview, you'll allow us a few swings.
Swing.
Yeah.
If you're still here, hey, another thing I just found out, and I don't know if this is true, but I did see it from a reputable site. This movie's running time is 84 minutes, which is like unheard of to go under 90.
Best movie of the summer.
This is probably a BO Boys, probably highly recommended, right?
Yeah, have to be. I mean, and I think we got to call this now. Guest for this episode will have to be the opening weekend of Brink of War. Podcast Jesus Kirk Minahan, our Reagan guy. He's going to come back on for this one. We're just booking it right now.
Keegs grabbed the Odyssey. Keegs is going to be on for the Odyssey, but Brink of War, there's only one person.
Yeah, so that's going to be. Listen, I don't know how it's going to do with the BO, but Brink of War is going to get multi-episode coverage on the BO Boys. Big stars. August is Brink of War month on the BO Boys. Yeah, it's going to be, and it's a schwingable cast. Yeah, I cannot wait for this. So anything else? I mean, we talked about Insidious. Insidious is, none of us, I think, care about those movies, but it'll do well.
What is Hotspot? Is that schwingable?
Well, it's, if Noomi Rapace is schwingable, yeah, still.
Wasn't the Hotspot?
It's a sci-fi flick. That's not the other Hotspot. This is the new Hotspot.
That's what I'm thinking of. I mean, listen, we're 2 hours into this show. One of the all-time great schwingable 90s movies, The Hotspot, directed by Dennis Hopper, starring Don Johnson, Virginia Madsen, Jennifer Connelly. Yeah. But this is not a remake of that Hotspot.
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
No. But and then Jason Statham has another action film called Mutiny coming out the third week.
Is this another Black Bear situation?
This is Lionsgate.
Okay.
So it's close. Yeah. Annabelle Wallace.
I'm seeing a lot of Black Bear on the calendar. Yeah. So that is like, we talk about Angel Studios creating scams, and like we say that they're scamming people to go to the movies and getting people to see different sorts of movies. So they're good for theatrical. Black Bear is just like some sort of money laundering, right?
Yeah. For now.
So they want to graduate from a money laundering scam to like an actual movie maker.
Yeah. You're right. We skipped over Tuner, which they have. I think it's in May, end of May. It opens the same weekend that Backrooms does, which is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I think it's a full film. Well, Tuner.
August 21st.
They're putting out Spa Weekend, and then also they're expanding another movie, The Rivals of Amzia King, and that stars McConaughey. So McConaughey's getting a taste of this scam too.
So the McConaughey is way over at this point.
Well, Leslie Mann and Anna Faris in Spa Weekend actually kind of works here. Okay. Like, I like that play, even if they are laundering money. That is, hey, the girls want to go see something over Labor Day.
On August 21st, there's also something dated called Untitled Vertical Family Movie from Vertical Entertainment.
Could that be your buddy's next movie?
Yeah, that might be Hardigan. I'll reach out to Hardigan and see if he's releasing for Vertical. He's not going to be happy about it, but he'll take what he can get.
Okay.
It's going to be called Family Fuck Fest, but there's going to be no sex in it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's on brand for Hardigan. So I'll check it out.
In fact, there's going to be no sex. There's going to be There's going to be absolutely nothing but just people talking. Which
little known fact about Chad Hardigan, and he probably doesn't want me to reveal this, but I will.
It's 2.5 hours in. You can reveal his social security number.
He's not listening. He has a young child, and I don't think he actually had sex with his wife or kissed his wife, and they just had a baby. Wow. Yeah, it's magical, and that's how Hardigan operates.
And that's how he understands the world, and that's why his movies that are named after sex acts don't have any nudity in them.
No, exactly. It's a modern miracle.
Wow.
He's doing his thing. He's just doing his thing out there. Gotta respect.
He should call into the show right now. I feel like we are at the call-in portion of this episode of the BO Boys. But let's get some truck drivers calling in to ask about Chad Hardigan's sex life. So, honestly, the last movie I want to throw out there, August 28th, from Row K Entertainment, Cliffhanger, a reboot of The Beloved, 90s Sly Stallone Cliffhanger, which was kind of sneakily one of Stallone, maybe his like best late period as a movie star.
Yes.
Hit movies. Obviously, he would later have Rocky sequels and that were great in the 2000s and Creed, but Cliffhanger was kind of the end.
Wasn't this Rennie Harlan? Was it Rennie Harlan?
Yeah. It's just a great 90s movie. Lithgow was great as the villain. Michael Rooker as his buddy.
I'm telling you, Pat, you're onto something here. Listeners, if you haven't watched the original Cliffhanger, it really is. It's surprisingly good. And it really does. You want to understand what 90s action films were like? This is perfect, actually. It is perfect.
It's the rare action movie with Stallone in that era where he was a human being.
Yeah.
Where he wasn't Demolition Man or the specialist with his, roided out butt in the shower. Like, he was a guy. That's a great movie. Answer me this. How did Roquet Entertainment get the rights to remake Cliffhanger?
Here's the thing, Pat. I think Roquet just went under. They the Russian money didn't work out for them. They released that Gus Van Sant film. I think it maybe even was early this January.
Yes.
Remember
The Wire? The Man.
Dead Man's Wire.
Dead Man's Wire, and then they were gonna release the Maude Apatow.
Yes.
Movie, and they moved. They were like,
just gone.
We're going somewhere else with this film.
Well, which is what happens when you deal with the Russian mafia, right? One day you're here, the next day nobody even knows you existed.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened to Roquet. That movie bombed so hard. The Gus Van Sant one, I think it opened with 1 million, and they spent so much on advertising. They realized, we don't want to get in this game. This is not our game. And a Cliffhanger, I believe, Pat, was bought by Studio Canal, which did a presentation at CinemaCon. So I believe Studio Canal is stepping up to drop that. I just don't know if it's going to actually be on that date anymore. I'm not sure.
Okay, because right now it's dated for August 28th. So this reboot has Lily James in the Stallone part.
Mm-hmm. Known for her upper body strength.
Yes, she can hold on to a rock.
Yeah.
And, it's a great setup. You could definitely, doesn't have to be an action star to do this. That's kind of the beauty of the Stallone Cliffhanger, is that it's obviously you got to be someone who's in shape to climb mountains, but it doesn't have to be a action fighting star.
Yeah. Well, this is also directed by a gentleman who did the House of Wax remake, Orphan, The Shallows, but also Nonstop, Unknown, Run All Night, and The Commuter, all for Liam Neeson. But then talk about The Rock, he did it, Jungle Cruise and Black Adam.
Yes.
So this is
a real director, guys.
This is a guy. Director. This is one of the guys.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's done a lot of guy movies.
Yeah. Which is, kind of in the Renee Harlan. Like, Renee Harlan was never a great movie director.
The Shallows. Blake Lively.
Shallows was good. Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is that. If you're looking at something that could happen with this movie.
Yeah. This guy's a legit director. There's no doubt.
Yeah. And it's that good. It's like the River Wild type premise of outdoorsy people are doing something, and then terrorist criminals kidnap them and say, you got to lead us through this wilderness. Or in this case, through this mountain. So,
hey, wait, you're talking about the River Wild, right?
Yeah.
River Wild. Did you guys remember Whitewater Summer with Sean Austin, though?
Yes.
Oh, God.
With Kevin Bacon.
Yes, with Kevin Bacon also. Like, people never really connect those two, but it's so perfect.
It's a great movie, and they had to do the narration at the beginning because they had to like stitch the movie together. So they have Sean Astin talking about this thing that happened.
Yes,
it's a great movie. It's got to be on Tubi.
It's got to be on Tubi, but they should do it. I don't know if it's a 35th anniversary, 40th. I don't know how many years ago that was.
Does it get a bucket?
People need to see Whitewater Summer. It's classic 80s. You thought it was kind of advertised as a comedy, like, oh, Sean Austin's in it. This is going to be great and funny. And oh, Kevin Bacon. And then all of a sudden, Kevin Bacon's this psycho. He's just a psycho trying to kill these kids.
Wait, was Kevin Bacon also the villain? Was he the villain in The River Wild?
Yes.
He was also in The River Wild, yeah.
And that was his thing for a while, man. He was River Killer.
They did do a River Wild reboot as like a Hulu show in the last year.
No,
right?
they did a remake movie that had Taron Killam and
oh my God! And I have watched this.
Yeah,
and that was a Streamo movie.
And then
though,
Brody, what's his face? The guy
Adam
from
Brody.
Adam Brody, his wife, and that situation. It was not bad.
I did watch, but that was a Streamo movie.
It was a Streamo movie. I will say, so Sean Astin, Whitewater Summer, great like cable rewatch movie.
Oh yeah.
What is the other? And you'll know this because you're a Gen Xer. What is the other rewatchable Sean Astin action movie that is?
Oh.
Say
Go
it.
where the food is.
Hold on. Wait, are you talking about Toy Soldiers?
I'm talking about Toy Soldiers.
That is a movie that is so ripe for a remake.
Yes.
That is. The problem is it's going to be Vertical K or one of these coming out end of August. Like, we're not going to get the true
Vertical K Bear.
Yeah, Vertical K Bear. When they all is that going to be what sinks Hollywood when Black Bear, Vertical K, Road K, Vertical Entertainment, when they all merge.
Throw some ketchup on there.
Yeah, and they all merge, and then people are like, oh, well, now they're too powerful.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, because Toy Story had Will Wheaton in it, Toy Soldiers, Will Wheaton, Keith Coogan, like just a great cast, man.
What a movie.
Can we and David,
and the great Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh well, yeah. I didn't realize this, but David Koch was a fucking writer on that movie. Jesus, like
Will
no wonder
Wheaton
it was so
gets his ass shot up in Toy Soldiers,
and they make him look like a fool because he has one of the semi-automatic weapons, and he can't shoot it, and he shoots it up in the air.
I know, but it's realistic.
It's realistic.
Yeah, can we do a sequel, like a direct sequel? Who lived in that movie?
He's the only one. Yeah, he's really the only one that died. Is Will Wheaton.
Okay, outside of Will, we could do just a serious part 2 to this right now.
It happens, of course. Sean Astin's son goes to a private school, and that happens to him, and he's got to bust in, help his son and their friends get out of the school.
And could Nate Bargatze be the principal, and he's like killed right in the opening scene, which would be great.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
And I think that's
right between the eyes, which wouldn't be hard to do with those big eyes of his.
Yeah. That's a great opening scene.
So, guys,
for any movie.
It'd be on par with the Scream opening, I think.
Toy Story 5 should open with that.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we haven't covered yet? Because
we talked about Toy Soldiers and Whitewater Summer, so I don't think there's anything left.
I think we got everything.
We got everything.
We talked about batteries not included. That was a great.
Remember when the cheese? When the guy thinks it's a burger and a cheese goes on the top.
Yes.
I used to think that made me really hungry.
Oh God, it still makes me hungry. Just talking about it makes me really hungry.
What company would have the remake rights for Short Circuit? Did we ever get a Short Circuit?
Sony. That was TriStar back in the day. So maybe Sony still has it.
It is incredible that franchise did just stop at the one sequel. Obviously, that second movie was a bomb, and I remember seeing that in theaters as a little kid, and I loved it, but I was surprised at just the violent beating that Johnny Five took in the middle of that movie, just completely mangled by street toughs. But I feel it was pretty.
I think emotionally, I've never recovered.
Yeah,
you can't stop before a trilogy. Short Circuit 3D is the next part of that. Same with like Gremlins 3D, which we might be getting a new Gremlins, but what we really need is that new Short Circuit.
Yeah. I do wonder if in the age of AI, if that is a hindrance where Johnny Five becomes a villain because comes out of a data center, or if Johnny Five, you use him as like a suicide mission to blow up a data center, and that's where
is Fisher Stevens is Fisher Stevens still alive? Can he still do the Indian accent, or no? We can't do that anymore.
I think yes to the first question, no to the second question.
Yes. Okay, so
he's still the top of his game. Fisher Stevens was great on Succession.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's like better than ever, but I don't know if I think he has to do a thing where his character's in the movie and he like coughs at the beginning of the movie and then
he's
he
like,
just talks.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I had something in my throat for that
the
second
other two
movie.
Movies. Yeah.
Yeah. And Michael McKean is in this too. So, he could definitely come back, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the summer of 2020.
And then Ali Sheedy. Yeah. Ali Sheedy. Yeah. Let's get this done quick, guys. Yeah. Let's shoot this tomorrow.
So
that would be great.
You want to shoot a movie. You want to shoot a movie with the idea that all your stars could be dead in the next year, so you have to do it now.
Yes.
Then you got something.
Yeah. I feel like the Fast and Furious franchise
it's getting there.
It's getting there. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have 4 new TV series, which is great. On Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a sign of success for that movie franchise.
Yeah, because I want to be Fast and Furious on the cock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't? Mm-hmm. Who doesn't?
So, Jeff, any final thought on summer 2026? Any like potential bomb or breakout that we have not mentioned, or do you think we've nailed it in this 3+ hours?
We pretty much nailed it, but I guess we didn't talk about the Labor Day film because Labor Day is technically, I think it's September 4th, right? So we didn't talk about How to Rob a Bank, which Pat, you and I saw extensive clips at CinemaCon with Pete Davidson.
We saw
the superstar Pete Davidson.
We saw a live action stunt show on stage for this movie.
Yes.
Remember, there was like motorcyclists and trapeze artists and like
we thought we were going to be held hostage. We weren't. Yeah, we weren't sure what was going on. Was this a terrorist thing that was happening?
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to tell if it's terrorism or like just like an art collective. And luckily, it was an art collective.
It was, and David Leitch, the director of Deadpool, right? He's directing this thing. So no potential though. That's the funny thing about you get all these guys together. You're like, oh, Nicholas Hoult is in the. Oh, this looks interesting, and it's
John
MGM.
C. Reilly, right?
Yeah, John C. Reilly. Yeah, a lot of great actors, but nobody's going to this film over Labor Day, unfortunately. So, just another misfire right before Practical Magic 2 kicks off the fall, and we'll talk about that in the fall preview. But But yeah, I mean, we covered all of this. I mean, I think everybody's gonna love Dino Weekend. It's gonna be a big surprise in the middle of August.
Can't wait.
Clayton, I know, will be wearing like a Dino shirt, probably. We'll probably all be there together, getting Dino buckets.
Yeah.
I don't see why we wouldn't.
Yeah. August is going to be huge between Dino Weekend and then Brink of War week on the BO Boys.
Oh, yeah.
August is going to be gigantic.
Yeah. And one nut only is coming. I mean, at the starting.
One nut only. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly, like, if I look at summer 2026, and I think it will do well. There's not a lot of bombs out there. There's He-Man, there's Supergirl, but those were kind of already predestined to be bombs. Mm-hmm. Everything else looks pretty solid. Like, I think everything is going to hold its own, which is a great sign for Hollywood, honestly. And where we're at today, and we talk about the box office and how well it's doing in 2026. I only see that continuing this summer, which honestly is a really good thing, for all of us.
Last question for both of you. If I was going to say one of these two movies will actually be a big hit and that it'll do way above its expectations, will do well for its budget, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, or Supergirl, which movie is going to be the one that is a success of those two? So Jeff first.
Which is going to be a success? Okay, I'll say Master of the Universe because Amazon Prime wasn't making it for the box office. They were making it for Amazon Prime, and it'll do great on streaming. So that's your answer for.
Okay. All right. So Jeff took a little bit.
He's doing downstream. He went all the rock on it and be like, "Well, I talked to my financiers and the downstream."
Yeah. It's all downstream. This is all just free money for us.
So I think it's a slam dunk. I think it's a slam dunk that Supergirl has the better chance for sure. Just because Lobo, because people did like Superman. I think Master of the Universe is really a dead IP. The first one wasn't a hit. That's the thing. The first one wasn't even a hit.
And it came out like maybe a year or two after the He-Man and he's raising the sword.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? It's going to be a hit. Masters of the Universe is opening to 75 million.
Thank you, Harry Knowles. We had a Harry Knowles.
Only
good
in theaters June 5th, 2026.
Right under the wire, we had a Harry Knowles appearance on this show. Pat, I don't know why you're moving your legs.
There we go. Well, I've got a rascal out of here soon, so email us at theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Follow us at the Bo Boys Pod on social media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are YouTubers. Hey guys, subscribe to the Substack. New Substack article actually just went up. I mean, 3 hours into the show. I love the idea of someone getting breaking news, but we're giving it to them. Substack article just dropped about movie prisons. You got to read it to believe it. An investigative report by the Bo Boys. And Jeff, tell us where, 3 hours plus into the show, where can the listeners find your work, find your support you, follow you?
Yeah. Just get on X at ERC Box Office. That's where I am. I live there. I probably tweet maybe more than DC. Maybe more than James Gunn. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying.
And it's not a war.
Yeah, I'm not in competition with him, but yeah, maybe I do a little more tweeting than him. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. There we go. So you gotta follow these tweets at ERC Box Office. Jeff Bock, thank you. We cannot do one of these preview episodes.
We will not.
We will never.
No, can't.
It's the three of us, or there's no preview. That is the solemn oath that we all take. We will all prick our fingers with our He-Man foam swords and then rub them on a computer screen, and that is our blood oath.
Listen, EW, Entertainment Weekly, gave us the double issue. We are giving you guys the triple issue with us three. Yeah. It's a triple issue, you guys. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. This is almost illegal. In some states it is. This episode is not legally listenable in all 48 continental states. Yeah.
No, Rhode Island for sure it's not. It's a small place. It's not enough time.
Thank you, Jeff. We did it. Clayton, I got nothing else.
Thanks, boys.
Pat, more than ever.
Yeah.
You've said it all.
Oh my God.
And there's truly nothing.
All right, I could jump on my
nothing
rascal,
left.
Get on my rascal and get out of here now.
Except for until next time. We'll smell you at the box office. Nailed it. Hey guys.